Hey, Isabella, did you see
Maybe.
that a hiker in Montana last week hiked 10 miles over 6 hours to get to safety with a 44-inch metal pole impaling him
Let's stop.
through the chest?
Let's stop that right now. I frown and he's grounded.
44 inches like this?
Let's see. So 12. It
Is a
looks like
foot,
that's a
right?
foot.
So
So
then-
that's like 12 plus 12 is 24.
That's nuts.
So like something long like here. Is he okay?
32-year-old nurse David Cifaldi slipped and fell on the pole.
Oh, he's a nurse. He knows what he's doing. That's fine.
It passed through the flesh beneath Cifaldi's left arm, which I guess is like the rib cagey. But it missed any vital organs, protruded from his back, applied first aid to himself, and he and his two friends got walking instead of waiting for a helicopter.
Jesus.
Why not wait? He said, quote, "Search and rescue coming to help you is free. The flight is not."
Oh my.
That was a factor in me deciding to self-rescue. Kind of bleak.
Yeah.
Kind of bleak. Also, can you imagine you're walking to try with this giant 4-foot pole sticking out of you, and you like turn and you accidentally hit something, and you're like, ah!
You're trying to get water and you're like, wait, should I go above or under the pole?
Oh,
Imagine getting hit by the pole and just be like, hey, watch it, buddy.
I'm getting lightheaded just thinking about this. The other option I could. Hey, Isabella, did you see a dog surfing championship?
Oh, cool. Against their consent, but I don't know.
Sorry? Your first thought is the dogs didn't consent to go surfing? I think they said okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I don't think they just
I
got
saw a video.
thrown out
I
there
saw
for the first.
They were cute, but then I saw the video of one of the dogs and they looked a little scared. And I was like, I hope that they're trained for this.
I think I always assumed they were, but I'll look into it. God, every story that seems lighthearted, although I guess the hiking one doesn't really seem lighthearted anyway, but it really ends up being pretty bleak. Should we just make a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, great. This episode is presented by Xfinity. Hello! Hi, and welcome to Casuals, a sports podcast for anybody. Anybody who wants to like sports, we're going to get you caught up on everything going on and have a little fun, laugh a bit while we discuss the goings-on in sports. I'm Katie Nolan, joined today by the Casualties, the production crew here at SiriusXM. We have our sports newbie, Isabella.
That's me.
Our master editor, Chris.
What's up?
And Bubba Brady's Steps.
Hey, everybody.
Fantastic. Casuals with KatieNolan@gmail.com, 646-801-0043. On IG and TikTok, we are at Casuals, the podcast. That's how you reach us. Please do that because we love hearing from you. Today, as always, we got a lot to talk about. We got the Dodgers potentially breaking baseball. We've got an Orioles broadcaster saying out loud that he's never used shampoo. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Oh.
Should he have said that out loud? There's a WNBA trade that doesn't make a ton of sense. I want to talk about Monica McNutt going live on ESPN from a nail salon. The Angel Reese Paige Becker's WNBA gambling tweet that may be the most ill-advised thing I've ever seen posted by a league itself. We got, Colin Cowherd tweeting about OnlyFans. Carlos Alcaraz has braids. And a couple of wedding stories. There were 2 NBA weddings this weekend. Halliburton and Donovan Mitchell both got married on the same day. Lots to talk about, but we're going to start with baseball. The exciting thing, women's baseball is back. The Women's Professional Baseball League, the WPBL, launched their inaugural season over the weekend. Round of applause for them. The opening game was between the LA Queens and the New York Heights. It ended 10-8. The Queens won, LA won. So once again, LA winning at baseball. I loved seeing the timeline and the algorithm feeding me women's professional baseball content this weekend. It rained, and so a lot of people were a little worried, disappointed that the turnout wasn't going to be everything, but I saw videos of people waiting in line in the pouring rain to get into this game. The vibes were high. Everybody was excited. This, of course, is the inaugural season of this league. This is the first time that there's a women's pro baseball league in the United States since the AAGPBL disbanded in 1954, which was the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League.
Yeah, got some notes on the name of that league. That's long.
Yeah.
They need to tighten this shit up.
Well, they did, and it's the WPBL now. That was
Much
in
better.
1954 was that disbanded. You have notes for them?
Before my time, if I was around, maybe they would have listened.
Yeah. At least one of them is still around because 99-year-old, did you guys see Maybelle Blair? She's 99 years old. She played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, and she threw out the ceremonial first pitch for this game. And then she also got to meet, I believe this was the league mascot, not one specific team, but I think the WPBL.
Oh my God, she looks so cool.
League mascot is based off of her. It's based off of Maybelle Blair. She reminds me of. Did you ever see that comic strip of the old lady in glasses named Maxine?
Yes.
That's who she reminds me of. But
see it.
the mascot is so cute. Seeing the mascot meet Maybelle Blair was so cute. And then Chris, I heard you know Maybelle Blair.
Yeah, I worked on a project a few years back that was sort of like a behind the scenes of a league of their own. And one of the people that we interviewed for that audio doc series was Maybelle Blair. And even though she was well in her 90s at that stage, my goodness, she was throwing fastballs. She was so funny the entire time. She's one of the most charismatic people that I've ever spoken to. And so I've always been a fan of, well, I guess since then.
Yeah, it was very sweet. There was a lot of.
Oh, I didn't realize she was like the inspiration for the League of Her Own.
Yeah, she played in the All-American Girls Baseball League, which was the inspiration for, right? For League of Their Own.
Yes, correct.
She played for the Peoria Red Wings back in 1948. So shout out to her. She turns 100 this year, I believe. So that's awesome. Cool that she got to see women's professional baseball come back. Cool that she got to be there and throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Extra cool, the first WPBL run ever scored by none other than Monet Davis.
So perfect.
It was so cool to see. Isabella, have you ever heard the name Monet Davis? Okay, so the reason Monet Davis is so cool, when was that? 2014? She became the 4th American girl and I think like 18th girl ever to play in the Little League World Series. She was a pitcher in the Little League World Series. To get her team into the Little League World Series, she pitched a 3-hit, 8-0 shutout. And then in August that year of 2014, she became the first girl in Little League World Series history to pitch a winning game, which also made her the first girl to pitch a shutout in Little League. So she was like this big deal during the Little League World Series for young girls that were like, whoa, a girl can pitch in the Little League World Series? And she was nasty.
Yeah.
And so she was she was like a sensation. Everybody loved her. She was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, which was a magazine that
Oh, God.
I'm seeing it now.
be important to be on the cover of. It meant a lot. I think she was the first Little Leaguer.
So it's 2014 Sports Kid of the Year.
Yeah, she was just a real sensation. And then, of course, because there's not really a lot going on in the women's baseball space, once we saw her in the Little League, we've seen her since. I think I saw her do Savannah Bananas once.
Yeah, yeah, she did.
But to see her, I don't know, score the first run for this league, it was kind of nice. It was kind of like a nice moment for an old lady like myself who was enjoying seeing everybody talk about women's baseball. There was a little bit of constructive criticism, I would say. The thing you may have seen on your timeline was the national anthem.
Was it good?
Did you see it? I'll ask.
I haven't.
Before we listen to it as a group. So this was performed by Motown legend Martha Reeves from, what's the name of that?
She was Martha of Martha and the Vandellas.
Right. And they sang.
They were the original, like, Dancing in the Streets.
I think they also do Nowhere to Run to, Baby.
We sound good.
Yeah, me and Brady in our first duet ever.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you. But who were the two ladies next to her while she sang the national
I don't believe
anthem?
they were Vandellas.
I don't think so.
Know who they
I
were.
don't think so. But I also felt like they were not on the same time. This was a mess. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to Martha, and I'm so sorry to whoever those two women were. But let's go ahead and take a listen to the WPBL national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
I think we get it. I think we get it.
I'm really resonating.
I feel like
Well, she's going to keep it going.
I feel like we could probably stop it there, just out of respect. How old is she? She's old. She's
Yeah.
wicked old. So I think
85.
yeah, I think maybe that's why at the last minute somebody was like, we should send 2 other people out there with her just to help her. But but that just didn't it didn't work. And we tried it, and nothing but respect to Martha Reeves. I just think that was a mistake. Do we think that was maybe one of the worst we've ever heard, or where does it fall in the pantheon of bad anthems? Because you got to remember that girl from the Home Run Derby a couple of years ago.
I think it gets stacked up when you have 2 other people battling with her.
Yeah.
If it's just her and her own voice,
I
then
think
at
it
least
should've
like
just
she
been
can be in
her.
control of it.
I think so too. I think that they weren't in the same key. I don't think whoever was in charge of choosing the key.
And they were just delayed. It was like, if they're going to assist her, they got to follow what lead she wants.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I
Yes,
just don't
exactly.
think they were on the same page in that way.
Which is why to me it felt like an afterthought.
And I don't think they were confident singers either, because once it got to the "and the Rockets red glare" part, they just they just backed out of that part. They pointed to her and they're like,
maybe
"We're
we should
not
keep
taking
playing
this."
it, Isabella, because I did not. I'll be honest, I didn't get that far. I can't listen to bad singing for that long. And it's not it's not bad singing because she's an untalented singer. It was unpleasant to my ears. I think that's fair to say without sounding too mean. Let's hear the Rockets red glare.
Bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
They come back.
was still there.
Oh!
Saved us that star-spangled
Why do I find it kind of satisfying?
yet wave
Yeah.
o'er the land
Let's let it play out.
of the free and the home of the brave.
It is. I'm going to blame those 2 women. I do.
I love it when it's
them.
just Martha.
Because when it's just
Yeah.
Martha, it's a little strange, but it's also something you could go like, I see what's happening here.
Yes.
The women were dragging her down.
I was going to say, they tear.
I think they realized that though. That's why they kept stopping. They're like,
Well, they
"I
should have
didn't think we
kept
should be
stopping.
here."
They stopped and then they would come back in, and there was just weird pauses. Listen, it wasn't perfect, but hey, we got plenty of time to improve on that. And that was what that was. You know, Isabella, did you ever hear Fergie's?
Oh.
I feel like I might have.
You must have.
I feel like I might have, because I know of that being a bad
That
one, but
breached
I don't
containment.
But I don't
think
remember.
you must have heard that one. As always, one of the best things about when this happens were the cutaways to the athletes trying to not laugh at it. It's one of my favorite pastimes in sports is watching all these athletes not be able to react. I saw people in the crowd. I saw one guy put his hood up to just be like, please don't catch me on camera. So that's one note. And then listen, I had another note, a piece of constructive criticism for the WPBL, which is fair. It's their first game, their first season. We got to be able to give constructive criticism. This one actually, I think we got a voicemail that echoed what I was going to say anyway. So let's just play Kirsten. Let's play a voicemail from Kirsten from California.
Hi, my name is Kirsten. I'm calling from Placerville, California, longtime listener, first-time caller. And I'm calling to rant and scream and rave and cry and pull my hair out because the Professional Women's Baseball League, which is premiering this Saturday for the first time in 70 years, was supposed to stream all games for free on YouTube, announced today that, in fact, all games are actually going to be streaming on ESPN Select. I think it is outrageous and ridiculous that here in this growth of women's sports, they're gaining momentum and fans everywhere, the Professional Women's Baseball League has decided to essentially alienate and hold back all their content from a possible growing fan base behind a paywall just 2 days before the games were set to air. So thank you for what you do. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Kirsten, love you, mean it. Thank you for your phone call. Yeah, I'm with you on this. This sucked. It sucked the timing of it. It sucked ESPN Select. I still don't know what that is. Is that a layer of ESPN Plus? Is that more or less? These words have come to mean nothing. Like Select, Premium, Plus. I don't know what ESPN Select is.
Wrestling's on and ESPN Unlimited. I don't know. Yeah.
There's too many
words.
tiers of the ESPN. As a lady who literally works in sports, I don't inherently know which ESPN that is or how to access it.
I think the ESPN Select is basically just it's basically ESPN Plus.
I think one of them includes the ESPN Insider subscription that you used to get for articles and stuff. There's a lot of different layers. All I'm saying is, if I don't immediately know which one this is, I would assume newer fans also don't and might not have it. That's the other thing, is if it's for specific sports, then they're looking for you to spend money to watch this sport, which is putting it behind a paywall in a way that, like, the PWHL, everybody should have learned from that. Its ability to grow after the Olympics and ride that wave of momentum from women's hockey because every single game was available for free on YouTube. That's huge for a league that's growing. And so this feels like a huge miss for me from the WPBL, especially like if this was your plan, announce it in way in advance. 2 days before, as everyone's gearing up for this game. That's really frustrating to just suddenly have this thrown together at the last minute so people can't find it for free online. So I'm sure it's a contract and I'm sure they can't go backwards from it now, but it's a real miss. Feels like a real miss for me for you not to be able to log on to YouTube and find this for free. I'm with you, Kirsten. I completely agree. All right. Anybody else on anything with the Women's Professional Baseball League? Brady, you said you hate it?
Damn.
No, I'll say the same thing I said about the Women's Football League last week, is that the action, like once you get to the action on the field, looks great.
Yeah.
Like they look crisp. And you wonder, like, why haven't I been watching women play baseball? Like, why have we pretended like this is something women are incapable of for 70 years? Like, they looked great.
4 teams, all played at a neutral site. I believe the games wrap up by early September. It's 4 teams, and the neutral site is Robin Roberts Stadium, which I believe is in Springfield, Illinois. So it's like a 1-month season. Every team plays, I want to say, 15 games. Next week is the San Francisco team and the Boston team. So there's San Francisco, Boston, LA, and New York.
What's the San Francisco team called? Do you know?
Not off the top of my head.
Let's see. What do we got here? Firebells.
Yes, what's the Boston team called?
Hunters.
Okay, and New York
Heights.
and
I
the
kinda
Los
don't-
Angeles Queens. You don't
Yeah.
like New York Heights.
That was my main thing. Is as I saw that the LA Queens were LA Queens, I was like, Queen sounds so cool.
Yeah, it does.
And LA
It's
Heights.
weird the Queens not being New York, right? If it's LA versus New York and you're like, Queens.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Against New York.
But didn't they give, when they announced these names, they gave reasons for each and every name. And I think they were all connected to legends, connected to women's baseball. So I think there's a reason for it. But hey, I love it.
I know, but
Even though
Heights is
Brady
just
hates it and
so-
wants it to fail, I love it. I think Isabella and Chris, I know Chris agrees. He's always been an ally.
Of course.
And so, I don't know, it's just cool to see everybody talking women's baseball for a weekend. And welcome back, Monet Davis, et cetera, et cetera. We'll be tuning into that for the next few weeks. Also in baseball from this past weekend, of course, it's from now, it's the trade deadline. And, trade deadline is Monday of this week at 6 p.m. Eastern. So while we're recording this, things will have fallen into place. Sometimes you hear trades that get announced after the 6 p.m. deadline. So just in the interest of being able to cover all of that comprehensively, next week we're going to do a reset on what's gone on all these teams since the deadline to get you ready for the second half, the end of baseball. But we do need to talk about the big trade piece, the big thing that happened over the weekend on Saturday. Of course, Tarek Skubal, 2-time reigning Cy Young winner, pitcher from the Tigers, was going to be moved, most likely, and we found out on Saturday he was moved to the Los Angeles Dodgers, joining a rotation that was already fucking nasty. So now they have Yamamoto, they've got Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and Tarek Skubal.
Throw in Roki Sasaki, who throws 102 now, and Justin Robleski, who made the All-Star team, and Emmett Sheehan,
those are all
who
just
everybody else
pitchers?
wanted.
Yes.
Oh wow.
A bunch of the best pitchers and then the best, I guess they're relief pitchers as well. Tarek Skubal's 29 years old. He's a pending free agent. He's now arguably in the best rotation in the sport, maybe arguably of all time, I would say. Obviously, they've dealt with some injuries with their pitchers, so that it's not like they have all been there all the time. But funny enough, if they've got 5 pitchers and they make it into the postseason, they're going to have one of those pitchers not be part of the starting rotation. And I guess you could probably argue that it would make sense to make Shohei not pitch. But then I get angry because I'm like, how is baseball? If baseball were working properly, a player like Shohei Ohtani, who we haven't seen a player like that in forever, would be able to be that, a pitcher and a hitter in the peak of the season, in the postseason, when all are watching. And it's just an embarrassment of riches that the Dodgers have been able to amass in this period of time, at this juncture in Major League Baseball. And while most of the time the argument and the annoyance with the Dodgers is because of what they do in free agency, because they seem to be one of the teams that has enough money to spend on players, and they're willing to spend it, unlike other teams. And so the Dodgers just always attract talent. This is a little different because this was a trade. This was at the trade deadline. However, it still contributes to this same issue, which is that everybody goes to the Dodgers because the Dodgers are the only ones who seem willing to make any sort of moves. Now, Brady, from a baseball standpoint, what the Dodgers gave up in order to get Tarek Skubal was a number 5 prospect, a number 7 prospect, and a number 17 prospect.
Now, it's their number 5 and their number 7.
You're right. So within their own farm system, that's where their prospects rank. So it's not even the Dodgers' own number 1 prospect. It's their number 5, number 7, and 17. However, the Dodgers system is, I believe, so strong that like a 5 from the Dodgers would be like another team's number 3 or number 2 prospect. But I think for a casual fan, can you help kind of explain, was the return on this what it should have been, or did it feel low?
So Tarek Skubal is amazing. He's the best pitcher in baseball, but you only have him on the team through the end of the year. So you have to color it like that. Like you're trading 3 players who you get at least 6 years of major league time with for the last 2 months of Skubal plus the playoffs. They had said they wanted a pitcher who could pitch in the major leagues this year. They wanted like a starter to replace Skubal that they could have for years after that, because you can't hit free agency until at least you're 6 years in with the team. And then they wanted a hitter who could be a potential all-star. And then they wanted something else, like a third guy. And the Dodgers had one of these pitchers in the minors. They had a couple. They could have traded Emmett Sheehan, who is now like their 8th starting pitcher. Instead, they had River Ryan sitting in the minors, who's currently hurt. He's coming back from Tommy John. He's 27. He's about to be like the oldest prospect I've ever seen. He's going to turn 28 in August and still be in the minors. Ancient. Just like he might well like have drank from the wrong cup of Christ and chosen poorly and melt away.
Wow. Isabella is lost now. Keep going.
They have him. They're trading him away. They had like 5 outfield prospects that everyone wanted. So they picked the middle one, who's Zaire Hope, and trading him away. He's like a 20 homer, 20 steal guy. Strikes out a little too much, but also walks a lot. Could be great, might not. And then they had a third arm, a right-handed pitcher that they're going to throw into this. The thing is, like, the Brewers have this also. The Brewers could have made a deal like this. They could have given up Logan Henderson from their major league starting rotation, replaced him with Tarek Skubal, and tried to win the World Series. They chose not to because, yes, it hurts them in the long run. They will have if they trade away a prospect and that prospect becomes good, they will have a harder time replacing him because they can't go sign a free agent. But you only get so many bites at an apple to win a championship. If you are Milwaukee, the whole point of having all these prospects, the whole point of building up a young team is so that when you get to the point where you are one of the 2 best teams in the National League, you then do what it takes to take your chance at winning the World Series. Because you win the World Series, you put that ring on, you fly that flag, and that flag will fly forever. Like the whole point is to win a World Series. It's not to have a chance every year. It's to win a World Series. Maybe win another one, but definitely win at least one World Series. And when you have Jacob Mizorowski having the best season in baseball, he's their number 1 starting pitcher. Skubal would have been essentially their number 2. They would have had the 2 best pitchers in the National League. When you have a chance to do that, you got to go do that. Maybe it'll hurt you next year. Maybe it'll hurt you a couple years down the line, but trade Logan Henderson, trade one of these potential stars, take this shot at it. Otherwise, you are constantly going to be sitting here bitching about what the Dodgers do, because maybe they can absorb the failure with one of these trades a little better. But the alternative is sit here and bitch about it forever and bitch about the finances and the fact that they are just good at developing minor leaguers and then trading them away. They're just good at it. There's 2 teams with near infinite money. One of them's really bad.
Sorry, Isabella.
The Dodgers are really good.
Yeah.
They got it. The Brewers have this chance. Other teams had this chance. The Cubs have this chance. They could have traded Ben Brown and a Pedro Ramirez or something and gone and got
Ben
this deal
Brown
done.
from Cash Cab?
That man himself.
Is that the name
He's
of the guy who did Cash Cab?
multi-talented.
It was Ben something.
It's just frustrating when everyone wants to cry poor.
I know.
But then the one time that it's not about the money directly, and the Dodgers
Still
just
nobody
are
has any.
good at having minor leaguers and trading them and committing and being aggressive, everyone wants to bitch also.
Yeah. Speaking of the Cubs, Skubal's going to make his Dodgers debut on Tuesday, so today, against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. We got an email from Nicole that said, I'm a Detroit Tigers fan who has been in active denial that Tarek Skubal would actually be traded at all, and in even more denial that it would be to the supervillain team that has become the Dodgers. And I know the writing was on the wall for literally everyone to see, but you can't blame a girl for trying to have hopes and dreams in the garbage year that is 2026, okay? And Detroit sports teams as a whole have made some wild decisions when it comes to trading players, so this feeling is nothing new. But for some reason, this one really hits in a way that I'm going to have a hard time shaking off. And I'm with you on that, Nicole. I could see that being like I think about in my youth, when I was younger, when I was a fresher, doe-eyed baseball fan, and I just had players that I loved, players that I liked, players that were good. I didn't think about front offices. I didn't think about farm systems. I didn't think about salary caps. I didn't care, I still don't, about most of that stuff. It was just like you liked who you liked, and when your team got a good player, you were like, I hope this player's on my team forever. And it feels like now we've gotten to a point where people are just resigned to the fact that obviously Detroit would never pay Tarek Skubal, so they got to trade him in order to get stuff back, in order to get a return on him. Otherwise, if they kept him for the rest of this season, he was going to leave in free agency, and then you get nothing back for having had Tarek Skubal. And I just hate that. I hate that that's the reality of the situation, where it's like you either deal him or lose him. There's no world in which Detroit goes, no, we'll pay him. I actually think instead we'll pay him and he'll stay because our fans like Tarek Skubal and he's a Tiger. It's just, I know that logically, from a sports podcast standpoint, like that's how it works. But from a sports fan, from a casual sports podcast standpoint, I get why like a fan would be like, well, why would I ever become a fan of somebody on my team if the better they get, the more likely it is my team won't pony up and pay them. So I think it sucks. Isabella, you said during the call this morning that you believe in a conspiracy?
I didn't say I believe,
Okay,
but
sorry.
that I had heard
I'm just
of.
asking questions.
She's just asking questions.
Okay, I just heard of a conspiracy theory regarding this trade of people basically being like, oh, the trade was known and kind of planned as a way to kind of force the lockout and eventually help the owners get a salary cap
Okay.
because
So-
everybody would be really upset about this.
Right. And everybody is really upset about this. And it is, the salary cap was trending immediately after the trade was announced.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you buy that?
Well, clearly the buddies that I spent the weekend with were listening to Isabella too, because as soon as this trade went down, they said exactly the same thing. So
Oh.
they must have a direct line into whatever you're posting on, Isabella, because I heard that immediately.
All right.
Yeah. It's a mess, and it doesn't make me feel good about baseball next
Yeah.
year. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I will say, not an unbeatable team, those Los Angeles Dodgers. You can spend all your money and raise up all your prospects and ship them off for whoever the hell you want to, but the Red Sox swept you. 3 games. Sweep. Bye. Goodbye to you. You're still beatable. They still got to, thank you, Brady, they still got to play the games, So, anything can happen at any time. I will say I liked Clayton Kershaw on the NBC broadcast on Sunday. It was kind of nice to hear. Just
I love what they do with not having they're not locked into a broadcast. They're like, hey, who's going to know the most about these guys?
They
that
take
we wanna
one
see?
from each team and then put them
It's
in.
like, who's going to have the most stories to tell about these players? Let's bring them in.
Yeah, I think it's
Good
great.
I
idea.
That's
kind
the
of
way to
hate
do it.
how I don't want, as a fan, have to think about the business so much of it.
Yeah,
I just want to enjoy.
I hear you.
I just want to enjoy the sport.
I know.
That's why it's NBA is getting tougher. I feel like for the casual fan with the second apron being
The
brought
apron.
in and these
It's
moves
the
that are
apron
determining the
and,
entire
the
landscape of
farms.
the NBA.
What are these? What's happening in the farming
I know.
system? I don't want to hear about that. I just want to, hopefully have a good team.
Yeah.
and win
And
not
win.
and not feel like, oh, I will do good, but we'll probably not ever get to the Dodgers level.
Or like if we do good, then the guys that helped us get there are going to go to the Dodger. Like it's just this
Yeah.
like inevitability. It's like a gray cloud that hangs over a casual fan that's just trying to watch the product on the field. So again, I will say they play the games for a reason. You can have an absolutely nobody team win 24 out of their last 26. Haven't the Red Sox done some crazy shit over their last and truly it's a bunch of people that you're like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, they're like 24-8 since the beginning of July or something.
Crazy. And so like at any time any team can win. It's that magic is still there. It's just constantly sort of this in the background of like, one team seems to be attracting every single talented person in the sport.
As we're talking, the Dodgers have traded for another pitcher.
Who? They don't
Chris
need a
Bubich.
pitcher. Bubich from the Guardians?
No, from the Royals.
But previously he was on the maybe not. Maybe I just
No,
watched him
he's
play
been
against the
I think
Guardians.
Been a
Bubich.
Royal for a while.
How do I spell that man?
Bubic.
Okay.
But
BOO.
Bitch.
You know what? It could be Boo Bitch or Boo Bitch. Either way you want to go with it.
That's great. I'm so happy for them. That's your breaking news a day later. Speaking of breaking, was that it on this? Did anyone have anything else we want to say on Tarek Skubal before we move forward to
By the
Harrison
time,
Bader?
no,
Please.
just fucking enjoy Adley Rutschman and call it a
Are
day.
the Red Sox getting Adley Rutschman?
No, I don't want to get into it because it's a whole they're checking out his
Talking
medicals.
about it next week. We'll talk
Yes.
about it next week, okay? I'd love the Red Sox to do fucking anything, I'll just say. I know they made one of the first trades right before the trade deadline, but then that guy's out with a broken wrist. So I haven't seen anything since. And I'm going to need a little more movement.
All right,
Harrison
ethics
Bader.
of it. If my team throws up the white flag and my favorite player on that team
Adley
gets
Rutschman's a good
traded
player.
to your team,
Yeah,
is it ethically fine for me to then root for your team for the
Yes.
rest of the way?
sure. I'm
feel like-
not judging this based on anything other than the fact that, like, yes, I'd love you to root for the Red Sox for the rest of the way. I don't.
I want to see Adley Rutschman go win a World Series. I don't think that's a weird thing.
And you wouldn't mind if he did it with the Red Sox.
If my team is going to throw up the white flag and not try to do it for the rest of the year, I will be pissed at my own team and I will come crawling back to them next year easily.
Yeah.
But I
Fine.
would be happy for Adley. I would root for Adley.
Sure. I'm not unbiased, so I can't give like an actual answer for if this is it's probably not the right thing to do. But I think in this situation, yeah, do it. I will also say every time I watch the Orioles, I go, you guys have a bunch of the same guy. It's like copy paste same guy over and over and over.
They
Like
have the same
looks-wise or skills-wise?
skin
A
tone. They have
little
the
bit
same
of
haircut.
everything. They're all just the same. A guy where you go, oh, I would have gotten those two players confused. I've gotten them confused for each other in the past. It's just
Jackson
the
Holiday
same.
looks like Gunnar Henderson, looks like Kobe Mayo,
yeah,
looks like Heston Kjerstad.
They're all
Yeah.
the same guy. It's crazy. Speaking of crazy, please, I'm dying to talk about this.
Yes.
On Friday afternoon, the San Francisco Giants announced that they're suspending Harrison Bader's pay, he's a player on the Giants, until he's able to return from the injury that he incurred during a scooter crash last weekend. So last weekend, we've got new details that have come out about this. Bader suffered a season-ending foot injury after crashing his scooter into the back of a fire truck on the morning of Sunday, July 26th. And then the fire truck ran over his already injured foot.
That's crazy.
Harrison Bader, please. In a world where baseball players historically get some of the most ridiculous injuries that you've ever heard of in your life, I think it's the top of all sports, major sports, where we go, what happened? That guy missed a season because there was an axe in the locker room? Like, there's always something crazy going
What
on
was
with
the
baseball
one that
injuries.
happened recently where he was like playing with his kid or something?
Who was that? Who's playing with his kid? He hurt his knee, and then he came back out and said that it wasn't his kid's fault. But I can't remember off the top of my
Yeah,
head.
but
who
yeah,
that
something
was.
like that. I was just
Matthew
like,
Boyd.
Yes,
It was Matthew Boyd.
Yeah.
But Harrison Bader takes the cake for recent memory. Crashing your scooter into the back of a fire truck only for I assume, fire truck to back up over your foot?
That's crazy.
Now,
Wow.
you could understand this as maybe at 2 a.m. in the morning, you are like, I'm just going to go ride my scooter around. What's the worst that could happen?
No,
You could
already
understand
know,
the
but-
logic behind this if you were a player who had never before been suspended by his baseball team for having a scooter incident late at night.
There's precedent?
Harrison Bader was suspended for 19 games when he was at the University of Florida for wrecking his scooter at 2 a.m.
Which is a very University
What's
of
up?
Florida thing to do.
What's up with
Yes.
the scooter?
Is this thing motorized? Or is it just like a
He's
No, he's not
razor?
whipping a razor
This
scooter
is a
around.
razor
No.
scooter. And now what's the
Throwing
difference
tail
between,
whips at 2 a.m.
What's the difference between a scooter and a Segway? Because we were talking about this on the radio today that the
Same.
owner of Segway drove his off of a cliff and died. And isn't that fascinating?
No, yeah.
And this is that? It's the same thing, a Segway and a
Oh, no. The
The Segway is
is
no hands, right?
No, the Segway's got
Segway,
the
you have a
handles,
walk a
seat,
flock of
doesn't it?
flame.
but you got the wheel behind you.
Right.
If you have a wheel behind you, I think it's a scooter.
Okay. Glad we cleared that up.
I miss a razor scooter.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so he scootered into the back of a fire truck, and then again, did the truck throw it in reverse and go over his foot, or was he then run over by it some other? How?
Which
the
one is more
fuck?
embarrassing?
I don't know. How did this even happen? What the hell? He already had plantar fasciitis in his left foot. He hasn't played
Oh, it
since
was
May
already
29th.
injured too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They're
so-
not paying him. That's the
Yeah.
most interesting. Is Buster Posey came out and just said, "We are suspending pay to Harrison Bader until he gets healthy."
Yeah, because like
They're
you did this,
just-
you did this to yourself. There's nothing we can. You screwed up, buddy. You screwed up. You screwed up.
Which makes you think they absolutely told him, Harrison, no drunk scooters, no
Yeah.
late night scooters.
It was 2 a.m. You know that that's when it was. It was like late at night. It was.
Yes.
He
It was
was
in the very
drunk?
early hours of that Sunday morning / Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Drunk is
sometimes-
probably hearsay, but it was definitely
sometimes
late
you
at
just
night.
want to get hammered and have a scoot, you know? Sometimes you just want to feel the wind, a light breeze in your hair. He's got that haircut too. Just a light breeze in your hair as you speed down the. Did they make
Hot
you wear
summer
a,
night.
Yeah, did they make you wear a helmet when you scoot? Is that law? Somebody Google that.
I don't know, but even if he didn't get pulled over by the cops, he still got an owie.
Very true.
Owie.
And that just means he's hurt.
Yeah, no, he didn't get. He actually didn't get an OWI, but an owie. It certainly hurt. This brings us to one of our favorite segments here on the show. Should I have said that out loud? This is an entirely baseball. Should I have said that out loud? Where someone somewhere involved in Major League Baseball said something, and we as a group try to decide if this was a good idea for them to have said it out loud. Let's start with Ray Knight. The New York Mets, Isabella, celebrated the 40th anniversary of their 1986 World Series title, which we don't acknowledge here on this podcast. It's the year before I was born, and also
We beat you, right?
that's right. They celebrated it on Saturday at Citi Field. During the game, the SNY broadcast interviewed players from the 1986 squad, including Ray Knight, who scored the winning run in Game 6 against the Boston Red Sox. Let's hear what Ray Knight said on the broadcast.
What's it like to get back together with that group again?
Awesome. I love those guys. They love me. We love each other. And, it goes from top to bottom, from your best player to the worst player, although there weren't any worse players on that team. And it's just, we hug. And, I had 4 or 5 guys that give me a kiss on the cheek. I kissed a couple of guys on the cheek. People think what they want to think. I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah. He should have absolutely said that out loud.
Yeah, I'm like,
He's like, hell yeah, give me a fucking kiss on the cheek.
people can think whatever the hell they want to think. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, okay, sure. I don't. That's like the wokest you can get at that age. I think that's the most you can go. Like, my boys kissed me, and you can think what you want. Like that's as woke as it gets. I think
Holds
yes.
up the championship ring.
Yeah, I think he should have said that out loud. Absolutely. I think maybe he shouldn't have said anything about top and bottom right before he said it, but he wouldn't know.
Yeah, every single point of that audio bite, I was like, where is
Where are we
this going?
Yeah. I wouldn't have brought up tops or bottoms, but it is what it is. I say yes, he should have said that out loud.
Yes,
I think
same.
Absolutely.
I think kiss your boys while you got the time. Moving on to Ben McDonald, Orioles broadcaster, who admitted that he has never in his life, there's no way, as a baby, he was definitely using No More Tears. His parents were washing his
He's
hair.
from Louisiana.
Okay, never mind. He said he has never used shampoo in his life. During an Orioles game on the broadcast over the weekend, let's take a listen.
You think you use the same amount of product in your hair as Brandon Marsh does?
No way. For me, it's just a bar of soap.
A bar of soap?
Yeah. I've never used shampoo.
Oh,
Not
nice.
once, ever. Just a bar of soap in the hair. Those don't have much hair.
Marsh into right. Tavares is there. You have never used shampoo?
Never.
In your life?
Never.
Now, not when you were a kid?
No, just a bar of soap in the shower. That's all I need.
The broadcaster keeps giving him an opportunity to correct himself. He's like, not even when you were a kid?
You're using the bar of soap on your head?
Oh, your hair is probably so dry.
Brittle and
Oh my
breaking.
God.
And Brady, Ben McDonald, how old is he?
Ben is 58.
Okay, and how's his hairline doing?
The hairline's fine. I'm pretty sure he's had a flat top for the last 40 years consecutively. He's got that Howie Long hair going.
Oh, interesting. A bar of soap on your head? Correct me if I'm wrong, boys. I've never heard of that in my life. I've never even the most basic man who uses like they always use a 2-in-1. It's always like a shampoo conditioner. They love a 2-in-1. But I've never heard of just soap.
The only time I've ever heard of that is like if you're really in a pinch, you know what I mean, or like if you're I don't know if you're
covered in
and
honey
you have
and
nothing.
tar and feathers, like if you need to get an emergency amount of something out of your hair, maybe.
Yeah.
The bar of soap to your head.
That's crazy.
This guy's got to be taking the fastest showers you've ever seen in your life.
I wonder do you think he's spreading the soap on his hands first and then going in, or you think he's doing directly?
I think he's using the same bar of soap that's going between his butt cheeks is going up to the top of his head. That's my best guess. Because this guy doesn't strike me as the loofah type. If he's never even considered using a second product in the shower, there's no chance he's putting the soap on something and then he's just going soap to crack to head. That's crazy.
And then the bar forgets by tomorrow.
Yeah, you hope. No, he should not have said this out loud,
Yeah,
and I
no.
stand by this.
No.
I have an ex who never used shampoo, and he had fantastic hair. It was fascinating, and I told everyone every day, and he would always go, "Can you please stop telling that to people?" And I was like, "No, can you please start using shampoo?" And that was why we broke up. So, thoughts and prayers are with him. He had great hair, it worked. He also would use hand lotion on his face and then run the remainder of the lotion through his hair. I was like, how is it working? You've got a weird sense of reality that this stuff works for you. So it is what it is. But
The lotion for conditioning is
crazy.
interesting.
It's fucking I was
Also
up
into
at
the
night.
roots,
It was crazy, Isabella. I couldn't do it anymore. Okay, last one for Should I Have Said It Out Loud. Joe Girardi. Last week, former Yankees manager and current analyst Joe Girardi ripped into broadcaster Michael Kay during the game to call him out for a bizarre habit. Let's listen.
Let's talk about what you did last half inning.
Please.
All right. You asked for tea. Okay.
Hot tea.
Hot tea. Not sure why. I don't know if you're cold.
I thought it's a little sketchy right now.
Oh, okay. And Jennifer was nice enough to give you your tea and your equal. And you steeped.
Right.
And then you added your equal.
Yep.
That dissolves.
Not necessarily,
And
Joe.
you stirred it with your glasses.
Right.
I don't know. Do you call it an arm on your glass?
Yeah.
Your glasses?
Yeah, this part.
Yeah.
And
That
you know
was your
what?
stir.
Because Jennifer, our stage manager, who was nice enough to get me the tea, did not get me a stir.
It dissolves.
It does not. You have to stir it.
Okay, I will agree. You have to stir.
But
Just
I
'cause it
also will
dissolves,
say
it's at the
equal
bottom.
dissolves a lot better than sugar. If you put an equal in slowly, its texture
it's
dissolves
still
better
gonna-
and I'm with you. You do have to stir it. But I use the tea bag. I would swoosh the up and down motion
Yeah.
of the tea bag to sort of agitate the liquid to mix up your glasses.
As an alternative, instead of the tea bag, I would suggest literally anything.
Literally anything
Literally
else.
anything.
Brady, I thought you were going to say that this was okay. I'm actually so relieved for you to say that. Because I've seen people say, take a paper towel, moisten it, and wipe behind your ear for me before I go on a date with you. I've seen people say, that's where you know if somebody washes themselves or not, is that spot behind their ear. So to know that this guy took glasses that are always right there behind his ear and used that end to dip into his drink and stir around.
I'm imagining him taking off, stirring it, licking it, like.
Because that's what Isabella brought up earlier. She said, he had to lick it to put the glasses back on.
I will give him credit. He just wiped it with his hand. He didn't lick it off.
Okay, you watched him do it. Okay, that's disgusting.
Yep.
It's his own ick, so it's like
it's his own. It's
his own oils and sweat. But like, bro, I'd rather use my pen, and I know that's gross. You touch it. I'd rather anything, but So no, he shouldn't have said. But then again, he didn't say it out loud. Joe Girardi said it, and I think yes, Joe Girardi should have called him out. For that.
Yeah.
Michael Kay shouldn't have thrown the stage manager under the bus for giving him a tea.
Without a stirrer.
Poor Jennifer.
Still made it for him.
Yeah, and also you should stop using equal. I don't think equal's good for you, right?
I don't think
I don't
so.
know what equal
I don't
is.
think
Anybody's
any
still
of those
using
like
equal.
alternative sugars are good for you.
I know. So just
Just
the
use
real...
less of real sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let's take a quick break. 1 hour into the podcast, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we got, guys, a fuck ton of stuff to talk about. So we're going to have to do it really quickly. This is Casuals. We'll be right back. This summer, if you're trying to keep up with every match, every group chat meltdown, every questionable referee call that everybody suddenly becomes an expert on, your Wi-Fi really has to show up. That's where Xfinity Wi-Fi comes in. The fast, dependable network is built for the kind of nights where you're streaming the game, refreshing socials, texting your friends, and maybe even checking out last-minute tickets to the next big match. It's Wi-Fi so reliable, you can host the world. And now you can lock in a price for 5 years, which honestly is the kind of stability we all deserve. Because when everything else this summer feels a little unpredictable, knowing your Wi-Fi is solid and your price is staying put is actually a huge win. So whether you're watching from the couch, hosting friends, or just trying to keep up with every moment this summer, Xfinity helps keep you connected to all of it. And when everyone's on at once, that kind of reliability matters. Xfinity, imagine that. Learn more on xfinity.com/soccer. Hey, welcome back.
Hey!
Nice. Okay, Isabella's excited. We're all excited. WNBA trade deadline blockbuster deal, biggest deadline deal in history. The Phoenix Mercury are sending guard Monique McConney, a 2027 first-round pick and a 2028 second-rounder, to the Los Angeles Sparks in return for five-time WNBA All-Star Kelsey Plum. Raising my hand because I have a question. What the hell was this trade about? Who's this good What is this? Why did they do this?
Yeah, so why is that? Is it that are they not like equally as good?
Kelsey Plum's great.
Right, totally.
But
the Mercury they're 11th in the standings. They have a worse record than the Sparks. They are 6 games behind the Liberty, who sit in the 8th spot. And the top 8 teams make the postseason. And she's on isn't she on a 1-year deal?
yeah, she's going to be a free agent at the end of this year.
Wait, who is Plum?
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey
So
Plum.
they're basically getting her for the rest of this season, which it doesn't seem like they're going to make a push in any type of way. And so for what have they acquired her only to then, now it's possible they could re-sign her, but all they're getting in this trade is her for the rest of this year. And Kelsey Plum does not a difference make in that big of a way for this team. It just doesn't seem like
you can sell a bunch of Kelsey Plum jerseys.
Okay, that isn't nothing. All right, and I know she's a popular
pretty
player,
much-
so maybe it
yeah.
helps sell tickets. I don't. It just feels like I saw everybody saying classic Phoenix or classic Mercury, and I was wondering, Chris, our basketball expert, could you shed a little light on why this is a classic Phoenix move?
Yeah, because the owner of the Mercury, who is also the owner of the Phoenix Suns,
That's the NBA team.
he has a history of big splashy deals, bringing in superstars when the trades might not make complete sense. He went all in a few years ago to create the big three of Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. And, kudos to him. He was willing to, trade a lot to get those guys in. And it didn't quite work. In the big three Phoenix era, which only lasted a couple of seasons, they didn't win a single postseason game. But they traded a lot of future draft capital in order to get these guys in. So as much as it's fun that Matt Ishbia loves making these wild swings. For the supporters of these clubs, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You don't love it. Anytime they make a move like this, it never quite makes sense. And you saw with the Phoenix Suns now, they are really struggling. They are not in a good position for the long-term future of that franchise. They are, without a lot of draft capital. They don't have a good young core. They're sort of decimated because Matt Ishbia tried to go all in 2023. And so you're sort of hoping that the same thing doesn't happen with the Mercury, but this is sort of the first step towards that happening.
Yeah, trading away a 2027 first-round pick. I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah. It's 2 shots in the lottery at Sarah Strong, too. Like, that's, there. You got generational players coming out.
Yeah, I
guess you say generational player every year, but, like, she's amazing. 2 shots at her. It's worth doing.
Yeah. So a bit of a question mark, but hey, we'll see. Again, anything can happen, as Isabella knows.
You just have to roll out the red carpet for her, hope that she loves her time with the Mercury and wants to stay on. But, and again, to Matt Ishbia's credit, he's willing to pay players as well what they're worth. So he's not a cheap owner, I would say, as far as I can remember. If there are any Mercury fans or Suns fans out there that want to challenge that, then that's fine. But
Bradley Beal's going to be like, no, he's not cheap.
Exactly. Like he's willing to put in the money. So maybe this just puts him in the best position in order to retain Kelsey Plum. And if that's the case, then great.
Yeah.
Then it sort of works. But who knows if that's going to happen? We're going to find out in a few months.
We'll stay tuned and we will see. Also over the weekend, another, this story continues to develop that Sophie Cunningham has sort of brought to the big steaming shit that she's dropped on the front doorstep of the WNBA. And Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve reiterated her support for transgender athletes over the weekend. She wore a shirt that said "Trans Kids Belong" underneath her blazer while she was coaching against the Fever, where Sophie Cunningham plays, at Target Center on Sunday. While on Saturday before the game, she gave these comments. Let's take a listen.
I've chosen to educate myself about the space. I've chosen to listen to transgender families, and what I know is exclusion is not the answer. We've got to find the common ground and be inclusive. And that's a space, I think, if we all come from that. I also think like I said, the issue isn't as big as the issues that we have in women's sports. Whether it's, cisgender men that have held us down for years in spaces like being able to have access to facilities and uniforms and locker rooms, all the things that these young girls that are sitting at games with anti-trans signs, do they understand actually what their real problems are and how they're being marginalized?
Yeah, the young girls I assume that she's referencing were those 2 girls that were bought tickets courtside to sit in shirts about, anti-trans shirts to cause a scene, which they have done. My whole issue with this whole thing is that there is no inciting incident. It's not like a trans player tried to join the WNBA and this is a reaction to it. It's just like Sophie Cunningham said it, and now there's this whole thing where, have you seen people online trying to get credentials to go into these games to ask this? Every WNBA player should have to answer their thoughts on this common sense issue. And it's just like, the W has so much other shit to worry about right now that is not this. Not to mention, transgender fans of the W, you guys are just sort of not fans of women's sports, are coming into women's sports and making fans who have been fans for a long time uncomfortable and feel unsafe. That's why I'm getting pissed off. Because it's like there are transgender fans who have felt included. My favorite thing, one of my favorite things about women's sports, why I love them so much, is because the arenas, the spaces are always inclusive. They always want to, they're happy that you're here and they want to help you fall in love with the product. And it feels like a bunch of people who hate women's sports, who've been pretty vocal about disliking women's sports, are now coming in and saying, we're going to save women's sports, and that I actually hate. Katie Nolan hates women's sports because she's advocating for, and that doesn't make any sense. Like, you're brand new here and acting like you're going to save it. Meanwhile, you're alienating and making it unsafe for people who've been here for a long time. It's crazy how much misunderstanding there is around this issue, and how much this issue quote unquote, is not even at the doorstep of the W yet. It's being brought here by people who want a culture war. And so shout out to Cheryl Reeve. Shout out to Natalie Nikasi, who I also saw said some stuff on this side of the issue of just like there's a lot of other stuff. And also the educating yourself about the space. That's the part I would really like to encourage people to do. If you're still tweeting stuff like, I just don't understand how something so common sense isn't being said by you, I agree with you that you don't understand. And I would urge that you maybe try to understand it from the other side, because there's probably stuff you're missing and not understanding. It's probably not as common sense as you're making it sound, because that is what's being sold to you by people who want you to be upset. So shout out to these coaches for standing up and saying something. I also saw Cheryl Reeve was talking to Sophie Cunningham before the game. It looked like from their body language, she was trying to like get through to her a little bit. Shout out to the woman sitting behind them she was in earshot. She was probably the only person on the planet who heard what that conversation was. And watching her face react anytime Sophie spoke was very funny. Just, this is something that seems like it's going to be. It reminds me so much of Dildo Gate from a couple where you were like, we're going to keep talking about the WNBA and it's going to keep being about this, and it's very frustrating and annoying. And shout out to trans fans of sports. I'm sorry that people seem so angry about your existence, but I know that you've been fans for a long time and that you exist and you have every right to sports the same way any other person of any gender, of any background, of any walk of life deserves to have access to sports. Nobody can keep you from that. So we'll keep our finger on the pulse of this. Who won that game, by the way, between the Lynx and the Fever?
That's the problem, is that right now we have no idea who won the game because the entire conversation is about something completely irrelevant to the on-court product.
I think the Lynx,
The
right?
Lynx did, yeah, 108 to 100. So we do know, but yes, it's not what everybody's talking about. You know what I'd like to be talking about? Is the Spectacle an official nickname for Olivia Miles? Because I have to say, I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say, I can't believe we're calling her this. Then I saw somebody else say, like, we don't call her this. And so this may be misinformation, but Olivia Miles, the rookie, one of the only rookie actually that made the All-Star game, she's going off. Wears rec specs. She's got an afro. They're calling her the Spectacle. I'm obsessed with that.
10 out of 10.
I love that nickname. Did you also see them? They made I saw Dawn Staley tweet out a like WNBA graphic silhouette, but it's of her with the rec specs on, and it's fucking sick. She's such an electric player, and I'm so excited. She's obviously the runaway favorite for the WNBA Rookie of the Year. She had 28 points in that game. Shout out to Olivia, the Spectacle Miles. She's in the running for like my favorite. She's just so much fun to watch. That's why the Spectacle is perfect. It's the glasses, but it's also, she puts on a hell of a show. Now, this is while we're speaking of other issues the W has to focus on before they can get to whatever it is that right-wingers and, people who hate women's sports want them to focus on. Can we talk about this Angel Reese Paige Beckers bet from Thursday? What the fuck happened here? So the WNBA released a statement on Thursday saying that so the original social media post was posted by who? The
WNBA.
They're on Twitter?
At WNBA, yeah.
On Twitter. They posted...
I think it was Twitter. Might have been both platforms.
Wouldn't that be great? So Paige Beckers and Angel Reese were both on Team Coop for the 2026 WNBA All-Star Game. At All-Star practice on the Friday of All-Star weekend, Paige Beckers and Angel Reese were joking around on camera with Reese flashing $400. Ahead of Wednesday's game, the WNBA social media team interviewed Paige Beckers on camera and reminded her about the wager. Let's take a listen.
At All-Star Weekend, you and Angel made a bet with each other on this game. Is that bet still?
This is how the rich stay rich. You gotta save this money. I'm gonna see you next week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
At night?
No, at practice.
Oh, at practice? I mean, I know y'all gonna lose, but if y'all lose, I get to have that. If y'all win, you get $400. And if we lose, then you get. No, you owe me $400. Bet. I'm staying on it.
Okay, so Angel Reese's Atlanta Dream played the Paige Becker's Dallas Wings. And apparently on All-Star Weekend, they made a bet that when that game happened, whoever won would get the money. And then the WNBA posted that, which is gambling on sports, which is...
On camera.
I'll reiterate, not allowed. Very much not allowed for athletes to bet on sports. Certainly not allowed to bet on your own sport, your own team. Do you think it's like a disconnect because gambling now is on your phone? So they think if it doesn't go through a gambling site, if it's just a friendly wager between friends, that it doesn't count?
That sounds about
I
right.
think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think no one really...
Because I'm not going to lie, when I'm first hearing this story, I kind of like forgot that these weren't just like two friends. Like literally like just having a game and like wanting to like bet money on it. But then I'm like, yeah, this is literally
not
the WNBA.
Yeah, right. Like you literally shouldn't do it. And not only should you not do it, but you should certainly not promote it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
official,
Also the WNBA posting it.
I think it's funny that you could hear, who was it in the video? Was it Paige reacting that went, we did?
Yeah.
That was like when someone said, I remember on All-Star Weekend when you put money on this, her reaction was giving very much like, no, we didn't. Like, what? Why would you ask me this? Obviously, we didn't. But they posted it. What's going on? Okay.
They can't undo this.
I know. Well, they deleted it. They deleted it, and they released a statement on Thursday saying that the social media post, quote unquote, missed the mark. They said
No
that
shit.
They said that it was supposed to be a lighthearted, fun. We were JK. They said, LOL JK, guys. Our bad. We took it down, okay? Bad look. We understand.
We committed some light treason.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And the Dream won the matchup over the Wings. During her post-game press conference, Angel Reese joked, I'll be requesting my Apple Pay after this.
Don't joke about this shit.
Yeah. Don't joke about this shit. I'm going to agree with Brady. Not cool. And I don't. I'm like baffled by it. I'm baffled that this happened. That you would give at a time when so many people are like looking for a reason to be upset with the WNBA. Why? What are you doing? Why would you post this? Why would you encourage this? Don't gamble on sports if you're an athlete. I don't care if it's with your friend. I don't care if it's online. I don't care if you go to a casino. It's in your best interest. Keep money and sports away from each other in that way. Don't risk your money on your game. Is the entire fabric of society unraveling?
Well, the fact that they're normalizing it to the point that they're posting it, but also they're disconnecting actual gambling from phone app gambling. There's a reason that the penalty for gambling is the nuclear option and is always the nuclear option. There's a reason that you have to disconnect these things because if you allow it once in any way, you are risking the competitive integrity of your league. They need to be suspended.
Yeah.
Like, you need to swing a hammer on this. Like, I'm sorry, WNBA, you're the one that posted the evidence, but that doesn't mean the crime didn't happen.
Right.
Just because you deleted it doesn't mean you're taking it down. These are still two women betting on a game they are playing in. And it's not even like, no, it's not $1 million. It's $400. It's a nice dinner. Like, this is a tangible bet that you may change the outcome of your performance on. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's not even, we can't treat it as a joke or treat it as a whoopsie. Like, they need to be suspended for this, or else you set a precedent for the next time this happens. The next time you have a bigger gambling scandal, you'd be like, you didn't suspend Paige. You didn't suspend Angel.
And it's unfortunate, again, like Brady said, that it's two stars. It's unfortunate that the W is who brought it to all of our attention. All of that is crazy. Something's got to happen here to show that no, in the W, it isn't okay for you to gamble on your own team or any team or exchange money as an athlete who's currently playing in the WNBA. So, I would say this falls on the list before the thing that everybody else wants you to talk about with the W. Issues in the W that need to be fixed. I would say this one goes right up to the top. Let's fix that, because what the fuck was that? Okay, moving on. from the W, this is an easy transition. Monica McNutt. Did you see Isabella over the weekend? We've talked about Monica McNutt before. She got there was like blowback on when she said Taylor Swift wasn't a Knicks fan, and a lot of people got mad. A lot of people got mad at me even when I was like, "You're not going to come in here and be mean to Monica McNutt." And I think maybe misunderstood my point, which is that Monica McNutt is a black woman who has worked in sports for a really long time, and the way people were coming in that didn't know or care about sports and disrespecting her, I wasn't going to stand for that. Now. She's a lightning rod since that moment. People seem to love to say mean things about her. Monica McNutt on Friday did a SportsCenter hit live from a nail salon. They went to Monica McNutt on something. What were they talking about that they needed to go to her? Do we know?
LeBron? WNBA? I can't even remember.
I don't even know what the
this.
story. I just know it was important, and I know that they went to her and she was getting a pedicure. Now, it didn't interfere with her ability to make her report. She did it. She did the live hit. But I saw a lot of conversation online of people being like, how could I possibly take this woman seriously when she's coming to me live from getting her nails done?
Isn't Adam Schefter always in his car?
Always in his car. They're all always in their car. And where are they going? That's so important.
Also, this I'm looking at it. I'm looking at like a picture of it. The backdrop looks fairly professional, you know?
Totally.
It's just she's in a chair against a wall.
And she disclosed. She was like, hey, listen, when you need me, I'm there, but I am getting my nails done right now. Like, she's the one who said where she was. Listen, my favorite thing about Monica McNutt is that she is like the realist. She is the absolute realist. She will tell you what's going on with her. She will tell you she doesn't care. She's not ashamed. She's not embarrassed. She's like, look, this is what it is. And I think that's so refreshing to see. She's also very smart. She's very informed. She has great takes, but she just doesn't. She's not worried about the way that she's being perceived. And I absolutely adore and encourage that. It was so weird to see people freaking out about this. When I've seen people Skype in from, I guess Skype's not a company anymore, but Zoom in means something else. So whatever. I've seen people go live from their cars with bad service. Where you're like, hey, could we maybe set up this shot a little? Also to see Monica be the one that's getting a lot of criticism and pushback when it's the producers who would. If the producer sees the shot and goes, hey, this is unusable, then that's on them. They're supposed to go, we can't use this shot. You're at a nail salon, Monica. We have to go with somebody else. Or could you get out to your car? She went with the shot. They must have seen it and gone like, this looks fine to us, because it did. It looked fine.
Yeah, it did.
And you have her undivided attention.
Right. She's just looking for something to do, honestly. Something to take your attention away.
You ever have to sit in that chair with nothing to do?
I know. It's
so
tough.
annoying.
It's very annoying.
And then you're ticklish at a point.
I was going to say, I think the most difficult part of doing SportsCenter like that is I would be going like, well, obviously the outcome of this trade, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I just think that it's for the in the long run. I think the team will be better
less of the arch,
served.
more on the toe.
Crazy, because you always get that one spot where you're like, I'm doing so well, I haven't laughed once at this whole fuck. Oh shit. Just ticklish, you know.
Gojo did his SportsCenter hit over the weekend from the bank of like the Mississippi River. He was like, look, I got Monica's back. Doesn't matter where we do these hits.
Yeah, man. People are out. People are out here. And if you're going to let every guest on the Pat McAfee show come from their car, then I think you should be able to have a SportsCenter hit. There's only so many hours in a day. She's got stuff to do. But
also, can't this be the space of sports journalism? Like, I don't know. Can't this be the space where you have a little bit more fun?
Right.
And like be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Why has it got to be so serious?
Like,
all the
I'm
time?
not watching a politician. Like, I'd be like, all right, I don't want to see you on the toilet, buddy. I mean, I don't want to see any. I don't want to see
also,
Monica.
let's make
McNutt
sure
on the
Monica
toilet.
doesn't. Nobody from the toilet. That is where I'm going to draw the line. Please do not do your SportsCenter hit from the toilet. Please, please, I beg.
I would welcome seeing McConnell on the toilet. I mean, just give me anything at this point.
Whoa. Whoa. Speaking of questionable decisions, there were so many other questionable choices made across sports this weekend. Not Monica McNutt going on SportsCenter from the nail salon. I got 3 much more questionable things that happened over the weekend. Let's start with Carlos Alcaraz. Okay, so 7-time Grand Slam champion Carlos Alcaraz, tennis player, debuted a, let's say, bold hairstyle on Instagram last week. It is a full head of braids woven intricately into tight Rose. He posted a mirror selfie of the new hairstyle along with a video and a shot of the braids from behind. Isabella, as our tennis expert, have you seen Carlos Alcaraz's cornrows?
Yes, I have, and I don't like it. I saw someone in the comments being like, "Is this guys? It's just AI." Like, I saw a significant amount of people being like, "Guys, it's just AI."
Like, guys, don't worry, he would never
and
do
I'm
this.
like, this looks pretty real.
Yeah,
that looks like real scalp.
It's very real. It looks very painful.
Yeah.
They're very tight. I saw the woman who did the braids is getting torn up in her Instagram comments.
Oh, really?
Boys, you got thoughts on Carlos Alcaraz's braids?
I mean, in one hand, like David Beckham did it.
Yeah, we tore him apart as well.
All right, so as long as we're rolling up with the same energy that we
it's
retrospectively had for Beckham.
And we did.
I mean, if Jared Leto did it in Panic Room, it must be okay. No, I mean, it's not a good look.
We don't fuck with Jared Leto.
I heard some things about him.
Haven't we all? Carlos Alcaraz and braids. Christopher?
There was nothing wrong with his hair beforehand. Why would he change it?
I think he was growing it out. I think last I saw it was longer, and I liked it
Wait,
longer.
didn't he shave it? Like, fairly recently? How did he have that much hair now?
Oh.
To braid it?
Oh.
That's a good question.
Huh.
Are you saying those are fake cornrows?
Are these fake?
That would be
crazier.
That would be crazy. He comes out and he's like, I just wanted to raise awareness for the fact that people like me should not be getting. I go, wait, I love that. Wait, actually.
Yeah, Carlos Alcaraz shaved his head in August of last year.
Oh, that's a year.
So-
He's plenty.
Okay,
of
but can you grow
that
enough
was
hair
a year
in
ago?
1 year?
What's up with the way
Yeah.
time is moving? I could have sworn that was weeks ago.
But you can grow that much hair to.
I think so.
Okay, maybe. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I need the ability to do that because my hair takes forever to grow out.
It's true. Our hair does. Well, maybe you should stop cutting it, Isabella.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
fun.
maybe he just washes it with a bar of soap and that stimulates.
Isabella and I were talking last week, and I realized it was a canon event, and I shouldn't interfere. But she just keeps. I was like, "Why? How come every time I see you, your hair looks a little bit shorter?" And she goes, "Because I'm cutting it."
I keep cutting it, and I want to go even shorter.
I know. And
I'm
I
gonna-
told her, I said, if you want to go to like a micro bob, like a really short, if you're going for
wanna
a
go,
bob,
like, here,
you should
maybe.
just let them do the first cut. You should really go get it cut.
I don't trust them anymore.
Okay.
I don't trust a hairstylist.
Okay. And let the record reflect I tried. Okay. But I bet it's going to look cute no matter what. Either
It
way.
will. I trust my skills.
Okay. And so
Okay.
did I when I cut my hair right before Mark Norman's wedding in New Orleans. And now I look at the pictures and I go, what the fuck did I do to my head?
You didn't find that risky to do a self haircut before going to a room full of comics?
I had been asking for layers, and they kept giving me long layers. Isabella knows. They kept giving me long layers, and I wanted
annoying.
short, choppy layers. I wanted almost like a shaggy haircut because it was my hair looked all one length and it's flat and it looked so boring.
Yes,
So I
get it.
saw online from Brad Mondo how to cut yourself.
butterfly haircut?
Uh-huh. And so Dan was in the shower for this wedding, and I was like, fuck it. So I did it, and he came out, and I was going, don't move! And just trimming, and then when I pulled it down, it like looked cute at first, and then when I saw pictures, I went, "Oh fuck, you really just fucked your whole shit up." Like from the back, it looked fucking insane, which is none of my business. You know, it's what's going on back there. No one has to know.
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's why whenever I shaved my head
Yeah.
and would get like a little bit at the back that I couldn't see, I'm like, I can't see it in the mirror, so
You
I'm
guys
good.
think I could pull off a shaved head?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think you can pull off anything you want to. I think you're the most beautiful girl in the world.
Thank you.
Any of these would be better options than what Carlos Alcaraz did to his head. So shout out to you, sir. What a bad choice. Okay, speaking of bad choices, Colin Cowherd, who we've spoken of before, he's got an AI app on Fox Sports. He's a host, a longtime host at Fox Sports. He tweeted. He took to Twitter on his main account this weekend, and tweeted, Donna Mills reportedly joined OnlyFans. For any man over 50, you know, I'm just going to keep this to myself. Which, first of all, no, you're not. This is a tweet. You're tweeting this. So I guess, who is Donna Mills? What's she known for?
Donna Mills is on Knots Landing in the 80s.
Oh my God. That's so, and she was a real sex symbol, I assume.
I am told.
Okay. She's 85 now, and when I hear that an 85-year-old actress is joining OnlyFans, my first thought, I feel sad. I feel very sad. I feel, unless she's just feeling horny and ready to show the world what's going on, it feels like she needs money. and it makes me sad. But if it's not that, if she's just feeling empowered and wants to be out here like that, then I'm happy for her. To tweet it is weird because now I'm thinking about you jerking off, Colin, is the thing. And I don't want to be thinking about you jerking off. Why are you talking to me about OnlyFans?
Sometimes things don't need to be a tweet.
I wish we all knew less about each other.
Maybe and if you need to process it, just write it in a journal.
Right,
you know?
journals. Was there a fire at the journal factory, as they continue to ask on the internet? Maybe you could just jot that down in a book somewhere. But to tweet out that she's on OnlyFans now, I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable. Now, but then I saw people in the replies not liking it for the wrong reasons, and then I was like, well, wait, now maybe I'm back on... Maybe I do like it. I saw people going like, ew, why would I care why would I want to see an 85-year-old woman naked? I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe because you're Colin Coward's age. Maybe because you're older. Maybe because it's pretty normal for your taste to age as you age. So that made me go like, I'm going to subscribe. Now, because I'm just mad at these people in his mentions. Now I'm going to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, just so you know, she's on OnlyFans. If you wanted to,
we'll put the link in the description.
If you wanted to have a look,
no, we're
Donna
not.
Mills, link
We're
in
not
the
going to.
description down below. Please put the link in the description down below.
All right, guys, the link will be in my bio.
And the pricing structure, I'd just like to know what I can get for $5. I just want to know what I can get for $5. And then the last questionable choice that, again, I believe is much more questionable than the one everyone freaked out about, which was Monica McNutt joining SportsCenter from the nail salon, was Charlie Hull. Have you heard of Charlie Hull? She is a women's golfer, pro golfer. Originally emerged into our public consciousness because she rips heaters during golf. She just always has, I know it's bad. And kids, if you're listening, don't smoke cigarettes. But if you're me, a lady who every day wakes up and wishes she was smoking cigarettes, it's pretty cool. Charlie Hull's always like on the course with a full cigarette just hanging off her lip while she's lining up her putt. She just loves...
I didn't know they allow that. Okay.
She just loves to rip cigs. And that's how I knew her. But now she's gone a little viral for something else. So ahead of the Women's Open, she's in her press availability, and she starts telling them this story about how she went to a prank shop and she bought this fake scratch-off ticket that said that he won 100,000 pounds. And she's talking about how her caddy scratched it off and went nuts. That he was running around being like, I'm taking the day off from work. You're not going to see me. I'm rich now. She was laughing. Like it was so... She's like, I got the video. I got to find it on my phone. And it was weird because in the room, it didn't really feel like anybody else was like laughing along with it. Mm-hmm. And the reaction I saw online was everybody going like, hey, what? This is pretty weird. They've worked together for 11 years. She describes him as a big brother and a friend. And look, the nature of their relationship could be that they prank each other all the time. But I just think it's a weird prank for somebody who makes decidedly less than you just by design. As her caddy, he does not make as much as she makes. Brady, correct me if I'm wrong, the way caddies get paid is if you win the event, you pay your caddy. Is that
it's a cut of winnings.
It is a cut that's like outlined by someone else, or you get to determine the cut? How does it?
I think it determines the cut. Like I think the greatest golfers will pay more for their caddies. But
right.
It's like his earnings are significantly less than hers because
they're dependent upon hers.
Yeah.
And so just a weird,
a
really weird, kind of tone deaf for the moment.
I don't like pranks like these.
I don't like pranks.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of the times it's like, why do you want to deceive a person into thinking something positive happened? Like, I don't know.
Because eventually you are going to have to tell them that the positive thing isn't real.
Exactly. It's not like a fart cushion.
Right. It's not like, oh, you made everybody think they farted, but they didn't actually fart. It's like, oh, I made you think that your life had changed, and it didn't actually.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, and especially considering like the power imbalance of like their work relationship. It's just it's weird.
Like maybe $100,000 isn't a lot to him. I don't know him. I don't know how much he's making. It just is like even if he comes out and says he's fine with it, I still am like, I just don't think this is good media training to go like, this is the story I'm going to tell today, while people everywhere are dealing with, struggling with, working a bunch of jobs. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird vibes. Chris?
Yeah, that's probably the worst part for me is her insisting that it was a good story to tell rather than her actually pulling it in the first place, because I feel like it's on him to determine whether it was a good prank or a bad prank. And if he hated it, then I would be more inclined to, side with him and agree that it was, in poor taste. But it does seem like their relationship is built on this sort of jokey nature, this back and forth of pranks and things like that. So this might just be one of those things that happens. And I don't have a big deal. I don't care enough about her actually pulling it unless he comes out and says he hates
Just imagine though, like she thinks they have a great relationship. But he pulls $100,000 scratch-off winner. The tone suddenly changed. He throws up just double middle fingers. Charlie, I'm out of here. I never liked you.
I quit. I hated and I get secondhand smoke from you. You're doing real damage to me.
She's like, I was joking. It's not real.
Not real. So I don't know. The whole thing. I think I just was primed to hate this story anyway because I hate pranks. And like Isabella said, I especially hate pranks that are like, something awesome has happened to you. Just kidding. It's just a regular Wednesday.
You got into your dream college.
Yeah,
just kidding.
Just kidding. You didn't get into any of these schools, and we've got to come up with
Just kidding.
a plan.
It was malignant.
Yeah, I don't know. So, yes, I'm sure their relationship can be fine, and maybe this is the nature of it. Just a weird move to involve us all in. I would keep maybe that one to yourself. It didn't reflect well, I think, on her. Okay, moving on. Weddings. Kind of interesting. I saw this weekend 2 big NBA stars got married on, I'm pretty sure the same day.
Yeah.
Saturday of this weekend, Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers and Donovan Mitchell from the Cleveland Cavaliers both got married. I Googled it. Cleveland and Indianapolis are like 4 hours away from each other. So like they're relatively close in terms of, but this is interesting because I wonder if NBA players felt like they had to decide between the two. I don't know their social circles that well, but
let's get into the info and see which one we would want to choose.
All right, so let's start with Donovan Mitchell because he married somebody famous. He married Coco Jones. They got married in Greenwich, Connecticut. Oh, so never mind. So it didn't matter that Cleveland is close to Indianapolis because that's not where it happened. So they got married in Greenwich, Connecticut on Saturday. She obviously is a 28-year-old Grammy-winning singer. He is a 29-year-old Cleveland Cavaliers guard. Their first dance I saw was to Love by Music Soul Child.
Cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
The decor for the evening featured ivory tablescapes adorned with flowers and candles, as well as large floral arrangements with pink accents. That's any wedding that's ever happened. That's really not a lot. They had flowers on tables, and there was
with
pink.
white tablecloths.
Yeah. Mitchell also shared a look at the circular bar set up in the center of the reception tent and a clip of himself and his wife feeding each other pieces from their classic 4-tier wedding cake. For the special event, Jones wore a strappy wedding gown with a corset bodice embellished with floral crystal appliques.
Cute.
What a night! The NBA player who wore a cream suit and custom sneakers adorned with their wedding date wrote on Instagram.
Cream suit.
That's right. And sneakers that have the date of the wedding on them. That's pretty cute. How did they meet? Well, he slid into her DMs years before they actually met, sending what she described as something with a red heart on Instagram. And then they connected in person at a networking event in 2023. Celebrity guests at this wedding, Jaylen Brown. They've been friends since high school.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Did you see the meme of him? We've made a meme out of him because he was staring directly into someone's
might
camera.
have seen this, yeah.
Just staring directly into the camera. And then Bam Adebayo. No Asia because she had a game, but Bam Adebayo was there. Sierra and Russell Wilson were also there at this wedding. And then the question for both weddings that I'd like to ask, was Taylor Rooks there? Brady, did you get to the bottom of this?
So she posted photos, and she posted a photo with the bride and the groom. It's Jade in a white dress.
Oh, so you're talking about Halliburton's wedding. We're talking about Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it looks like she's at...
She posted a video of them dancing.
She posted a video of them dancing, so it looks like she's at this one.
Right. And we'll
But
get
to
to
the
the next
same
one in a
degree
second.
that it
We'll
kinda,
get to
like,
the
made-
next
Who's
one in a
Taylor
second.
Rooks again?
Taylor Rooks is a reporter. She
Oh,
is
okay.
she hosts the Amazon NBA show. She does WNBA stuff or no?
Yeah.
She's remember when a magician
Yes.
told her
Yes,
phone number?
Yes.
Yes. So that's
Okay.
Taylor
She's at the
Rooks.
upper rightmost point of the graph of like beautiful and talented in
Yeah,
sports media.
She's
This Jalen Brunson meme
Isn't it
is
funny?
funny. Yeah. That's my guy.
So that's Donovan Mitchell's wedding. Then Tyrese Halliburton married Jade Jones in Carmel, Indiana on Saturday as well. She is a 27-year-old, we're saying former elementary school teacher?
I felt like I probably should have written in her occupation, but that's the best I could do.
Yeah, we don't know. And then he obviously is 26-year-old Pacers guard who missed all of last season, did he not?
He
with
did.
an injury. And he was dealing with, was it shingles? Last we checked in with him, I believe.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, so he's had a rough year, but this looked like a lot of fun. They got married. Technically, they got married Tuesday, July 21st, a courthouse ceremony, and then they had the reception this past weekend. They met at Iowa State in 2019. He was a basketball player. She was a cheerleader. And as for celebrity guests, 50 Cent performed I Get Money. And I'm sure you've seen this clip by now. Tyrese Halliburton got up on the stage and performed with him and sang along, saying, "I run New York."
Oh, do you?
Because you'll
so
remember
the Donovan Mitchell wedding sounds so much better, and I would much rather go to that one.
And why is that?
I think it all is explained for itself. I don't need to know anything about Tyrese Halliburton. That's fine.
Yeah. Because the
I
year
imagine every line in the performance, I run New York. No, you don't.
Yeah, they won though. Like this doesn't make any sense. It would have made sense if it happened last summer.
Yeah.
But to do this summer is weird, question mark?
Who's
yeah,
the
like
best
why am I
rapper
on your
from Indiana?
mind?
Yeah. Right. Jalen Brunson clearly chose the right wedding to attend.
Yes.
I feel.
I think so too.
Although I don't know why you would ever be caught dead at Tyrese Halliburton's wedding. Just an interesting. I get it. You know, that was like a great moment for him. And didn't he do like a? He got to do
He
like
did the choke,
oh
the
yeah,
Reggie
the choke.
Miller.
Yeah, the Reggie Miller choke. And so like great, but just weird because they won. So they're up in a big way right now, and you are not. So whatever. Happy wedding. Happy wedding to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have gone to the.
I do like though that he did, just because I think it's an option that a lot of people forget about. He did like a courthouse marriage and then a reception afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is
And so you're
cool.
saying that's a cool thing that people.
Yeah,
cool
I
people
thought
do?
about doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I promise you, anybody who's ever planned a wedding and gotten invoices and priced things out has also thought about doing that.
Well, okay. So
is-
actually, speaking of that,
Because the fun part is the reception.
speaking of the expenses of a wedding, do you guys remember Anna Lynn McCord? I can give you some memory. I can jog your memory.
Okay.
She was on the 90210 reboot, which actually, when you look up how long ago that was, it'll rock you. It felt like that was a couple years ago to me. It was kind of a while ago. But she also went viral in 2022 that Dear Mr. President Vladimir Putin. Do you remember that?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Dear Mr. President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry I was not your mother. Like, I would have loved you enough that you wouldn't have started a war. I don't, it was fucking crazy.
I did
That's
not
what I
see that.
remember Anna Lynn McCord from. But
That was still in
she's-
my online days, I think.
She's marrying Danny Cipriani. He's 38. He is an English former professional rugby union player. That's why this is sports. He played most recently for Premiership rugby side Bath, and he previously played for Gloucester, Sale Sharks, and Wasps in the Premiership, and Melbourne Rebels in Super Rugby. That sentence, I don't know if the name of the team was Sharks and Wasps. I don't know if it's the Sale Sharks. I read what it says. So anyway, he's a rugby player, and those two are getting married, and they made a little bit of a splash this past week. When they took a unique approach to their registry. They launched a honey fund website, which if you've gone to a wedding recently, sometimes it's like you can buy something from the registry or you can donate to the honey fund, which helps them fund a honeymoon. It's become a popular option in recent years because honeymoons are expensive, weddings are expensive, and a lot of people just want to give money. This allows you to give money to a specific cause. And but these two, Anna Lynn McCord and Danny Cipriani, used their honey fund to ask for donations to cover the cost of their wedding. which is upcoming October 22nd in Los Angeles. Gift any amount, contribute to our journey, help us create our dream wedding and honeymoon experience with any amount of donation. The fundraising page asks people to donate $100 for their marriage license, $1,000 towards the rehearsal dinner, or $1,200 for wedding floral arrangements. The registry also includes a link where donors can donate anywhere between $10,000 and $5,000. Now,
They have money, though, right?
well, and let me just say, obviously now is kind of a tough time for actors. I think in general, if we know an actor or an actress, we assume they're rich and famous. And I think realistically, right now, it's kind of a tough time in the industry with the, AI coming in to take people's gigs and with famous people appearing in commercials. It's like that's a lot of acting work that used to go to other actors that now, can't supplement their income. Streaming has turned stuff weird. So I do think we all think actors and actresses are maybe more rich than most of them are. That being said,
Well, what about him?
I don't know enough about rugby and how it pays.
Yeah.
Chris, you got any light to shed on an English rugby star?
Well, I've heard of Danny Cipriani, so in that sense, I feel like he's probably in the upper tier of rugby union players, but I don't know rugby union as much as rugby league.
Either way, it is just it's a bit of a faux pas. Either way, to ask people to fund specific things in your wedding is like a
5K. Like they're treating it like platinum level donors will get their name at the top of this T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right. Like, are they
Get
going to
better
Are they
seats in
going to
the
read off
reception.
the names of their Patreon subscribers at the altar? It just is like if the flowers suck, are they going to go, well, you probably should have donated a little bit more? I understand that you could say that when you give money at a wedding, this is what it does anyway. It goes towards paying back the cost of the wedding. But I just think there's something kind of gauche about naming it that and putting it on the, I hate
When you walk
this.
into this wedding, I'm going to turn around this tablet and it's going to ask you a question and it's going to say 4 different dollar amounts like you're checking out of a Starbucks.
Right. I don't want to feel like I've got to leave a tip at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like, do literally tip. But I don't want to feel like I've got to, like if I go, oh, I like the tablecloths I bought. Do I leave with these? Are these mine now?
Interesting approach.
I don't know. It just feels a little tacky. Are we allowed to say?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
say
Chris.
whatever you want.
Yeah. I think it feels a little tacky. And then there was one other wedding thing that Brady, you saw this story. Can you tell us the Drake London story? What happened here?
There's a story that came out on like every major website was posting this story this weekend about how Drake London
Wide receiver for the Falcons.
Yes, wide receiver for the Falcons. Drake London proposed to his fiance over a Taco Bell dinner.
No.
I'm like, all right. Well, here's the thing. It was a dinner of Taco Bell on a white tablecloth that was laid out exquisitely on like
Okay,
the
it wasn't
Los
at a
Angeles
Taco Bell. It was fancy.
hillside
No, it
and
wasn't.
professionally
It
photographed.
was beautiful. And she loves Taco Bell. She loves Taco Bell.
And it was like their second date was they had Taco Bell for dinner, so we wanted to
Oh,
make it a
okay.
thing.
Yes, this is cute.
Brady,
But then every single outlet is running with this. This happened like 4 weeks ago. And we're all just spotlighting how much they love Taco Bell and how funny it is that Taco Bell's there. And they're dropping specific items. And there are Baja Blasts turned with the logos facing the camera on the table. And
Are you
nowhere,
alleging this is SpawnCon?
That's
I
how
am
they pay for their wedding.
guaranteeing you this is SpawnCon, but there is no hashtag ad anywhere, which magically makes it okay.
Okay, I would counter argue that this is not SpawnCon, but it is damage control. I would argue
For the Taco Bell lettuce?
Yes, I would argue this happened July 2nd. And on July 2nd, did we know about Cyclospora?
I don't think so.
But
Not a month
I don't
ago.
think it had been connected to Taco Bell yet.
Yeah, no, not yet.
And so certainly I don't think he would have done a proposal with Taco Bell products if
They should
it was
interview and
giving
be
you
like,
the-
so how did you guys feel about 2
Right.
weeks after the proposal?
Right, which funny enough, if this had happened to me, it still wouldn't have been a problem because I've never eaten Taco Bell lettuce. I get no lettuce on anything I get from Taco Bell. I was ahead of the curve. That being said, it feels to me like this was, I mean, it got posted, I think, by the Post or something July 2nd when it happened, and then got reposted by all these other outlets as well as the New York Post this past weekend. This feels to me like Taco Bell going, that would have been natural good PR. It didn't get enough pickup because we didn't want it to feel like SpawnCon. I don't know. I'm just thinking through what they might have said. Let's push this back out to all of these outlets this week to sort of help us out at Taco Bell, because I imagine Taco Bell's taken a real hit. I saw today Cyclospora has killed 2 people. 2 people have officially died because of it. So now, granted, those people were sick. They had like comorbidities or whatever you call it. They had other issues that this parasite or whatever it is certainly didn't help. That being said, they died. So Taco Bell's probably going like, come on, guys. People love us. We bring people together. Taco Bell is love. And so I bet they like boosted this in order to try to get people to come back to Taco Bell.
So you think Drake London's not even getting a check for this?
I don't know. I don't know how the money would work in that situation, but I do think the organically made content would be when you would have to write hashtag ad as if you were posting it because they paid for it.
This also, at most, it looks like maybe they were trying to just get Taco Bell's attention because just
maybe
the way the pictures are taken.
Right.
Drake's
you think
like,
they were auditioning to be an ad.
Hey, Taco Bell, Devontae Adams is getting old.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I thought it was funny that it says, after taking photos and enjoying their dinner, the 2 headed to Nobu in Malibu to wrap up the night. That's a restaurant. Nobu's a restaurant.
It's a much better restaurant.
I know it's a cool place where people hang out, but they serve food there. And so they were clearly still hungry, you know? And they wanted better food, I guess. But
yeah, none of those photos show the Taco Bell half eaten.
yeah. Maybe Isabella's right. Maybe they're from a generation where they were trying to get Taco Bell to go, we'll pay for your wedding. We love this. And then who could have predicted that the lettuce pooping of it all was going to happen? And then now Taco Bell's going, hey, they still did get engaged over Taco Bell. Let's push this story out. I saw a tweet today that was like someone said that the tweet that came out right after Taco Bell got, they traced this lettuce stuff to Taco Bell. There was a tweet that said, the safest day to fly was September 12th, 2001. Somebody said that was the greatest PR that Taco Bell could have had, was that it made a lot of people go like, hey, actually, Taco Bell's probably going to be as strict as they've ever been with their food safety standards, given what's happening. So
I was going
been
to
back
order
since.
Taco Bell last night.
I know. I almost did this weekend. I didn't. Did you?
I didn't end up doing it, but I had thought about it. I was like, I'll get something that doesn't have lettuce on it.
Yeah.
But
you didn't.
I didn't. It was like midnight, and I was like, let me not do this.
Let me be my best self. Let me be my best self in this moment. But maybe tomorrow, We'll revisit. We'll revisit tomorrow. All right. So that's our wedding section. Did we forget anything there? Everybody, congrats to everybody who's getting married or got married. Chris, what's wrong?
You didn't specify which table you would prefer out of the Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Halliburton. You were about to?
I think I'd go to the Donovan Mitchell wedding, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not really for any reason other than like the Greenwich is easier to get to than wherever the fuck
and
I
Isabella's
said, Indiana.
Gonna be there.
And Isabella would be there.
I thought that would be the number one reason.
You thought that'd be the number one reason I'd go to Donovan Mitchell's wedding is because that's where you would be?
Yeah, because it's like, okay, get it. You have option to go to 2 different NBA players, but it's like, one
Coco
of them
Jones.
is that Isabella is at
right,
too.
But also Coco Jones,
Yeah.
And also, Jaylen Brown is there. I don't want to talk to him. I'm upset.
You want to talk about making choices? Did you see November 14th, there are 4 different Minnesota Twins players getting married in 4 different places?
No!
I saw that.
I did not see this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why?
It's, if you think you have a chance to win the World Series.
Sure.
Like when I worked in baseball, I got married the first week after the World Series. Because, travel plans and you just want to make sure.
Just in case they need to call you up.
Yeah, you can't, you just keep that arm loose.
Yeah.
November 14th, it's Ryan Kreidler, Brooks Lee, Luke Keeschel, and Cole Sands. It's 4 different places. 3 of them are like 25 minutes away in like Northern California because they're all California guys. Like 25 minutes apart. So like there is a thought that there's going to be like Ubers and buses taking people from site to site.
They should do a rolling schedule where you can see the different parts of each if you
just
travel.
wedding hopping.
Yeah, for teammates. I mean, I bet your teammates don't want to have to choose. What do you do in that situation, Isabella? If Chris, me, and Brady were all getting married on the same day and we all sent you an invite, what do you do?
You don't have to answer that.
All right, you all got to tell me what's the location.
You would choose based off of which one you
food
want to go to
serving?
more?
What
Damn.
food are you serving?
Damn, this is like
Hold on,
that
are we
show, Four
bidding? Is
Weddings.
this like an NIL issue? Like
Feels like it.
Send me your auditions.
Isabella, I'll
know.
make you a bridesmaid. Okay?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'll get you at that lead.
Chris
that
is
head
like,
table.
I'll make you my best man.
I'll let you do 3 songs with the band.
Oh,
that's
Interesting.
sick.
Oh, that is kind of sick. Okay. Well, this is tough.
That's tough.
This is tough. Okay.
Da,
Well,
da, da, da.
I
Yeah,
just don't
only
know how
one
to
of us
do
is
this.
actually planning a wedding, so this is fairly irrelevant.
And by the way, is she? Is she planning a wedding, or is she just engaged? All right, we got a couple stories. I know.
You guys sound like
we've
we
been-
had an answer.
Yeah, I know. We've been yapping for a long time, and we don't have a ton of time left, theoretically. But these are stories we've talked about before that we wanted to give you guys some follow-ups on. So we're going to run through these ones kind of quickly, she says, with a smile on her face, knowing this might last into the night. And also, Brady has to go check on his kid, so he's gone for this. So goodbye to Brady. Hopefully he had nothing to add for any of this. Number 1, Macklin Celebrini. Chris is a San Jose Sharks fan. We've been telling you about Macklin Celebrini. It's the off-season for hockey, so don't stress that you're missing anything. But Macklin Celebrini just signed a 5-year, $94 million contract with the San Jose Sharks last week. The average annual value of $18.8 million makes the 20-year-old forward the NHL's highest-paid player per season. So we clap for that. We love that.
What up, Macklin?
He's fucking nasty. Macklin
Oh, yeah.
Celebrini is so fucking nasty. He is entering the final season of his entry-level contract that he signed in 2024. He could have become a restricted free agent, but instead, because of this, he has now signed this big contract. He set the Sharks' single-season record for points that was last year, right?
Yes.
With 115. He had 45 goals and 70 assists. He's awesome to watch, and now he got paid. It's crazy because when you start to get into contracts for athletes, they're all huge, and then you usually cover hockey contracts, and you go, that's nothing. They're starting to get up there. They're like, that's a lot of money. So congrats to Macklin Celebrini. You love to see it. Chris, any word on the Sharks? Anything you want to say?
I think I have to start watching them more regularly this upcoming season. It's been almost a decade since I've been able to watch a lot of Sharks. Most of that is because I moved to the East Coast in the States and it's just on later and it's harder to watch. And because I watch a lot of Celtics, if it's going to clash, I'm always going to choose the Celtics over the Sharks. But with such an exciting young core and seeing how close the team came to making the postseason last season, I think now's the right time to jump back in because it seems like if everything goes the way that it should, we should make the postseason next season. So there should be a whole lot of fun to be had while watching the Sharks next season. So we'll see how we go.
Sick. Isabella, you also mentioned earlier that you're going to start watching more hockey this year.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Do you
have a team yet?
I think the Devils.
Okay, that does make sense because of that's an actual New Jersey.
Yeah, there's no New Jersey team in any other major American sport. No. The only other one was the Nets, and that's not there anymore.
No, they are not.
So maybe this will be my way of supporting New Jersey.
Okay, and you could go to games. They're pretty easy to get to. So
I like the colors.
Yeah, and
The
Devils is kind of cool.
The New Jersey Devil and the lore.
Yeah,
cool.
the only issue is you got to deal with your captain, but that's
which
a
Hughes is
personal
it?
issue. Jacques Hughes.
Is that the one that sees ghosts?
No.
Aw,
It's
man.
Quinn.
No, unfortunately. It's less whimsical. Did you see the video of them having to wait outside of a club to get in, and the bouncer clearly didn't know or care who they were, and it's just like no one should ever see video of a famous-ish person not being treated like a famous. It's so the bouncer just is like, "Can you move?" And you can see the two of them are just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Really embarrassing. Okay, more updates. Giant Baby has backed down after UEFA confirmed their World Cup boycott. So FIFA president Gianni Infantino aka Giant Baby, scrapped his proposal to sell stakes in the World Cup after widespread backlash, including from within global soccer's governing body and a threatened boycott by all the European nations. That's UEFA. Infantino had proposed creating a $20 billion company to run the World Cup with private investors, including the Kushner family. But shockingly, that drew a bunch of pushback that grew and grew every single day since Tuesday's announcement. The 55 member nations of UEFA had agreed to boycott the World Cup and all other FIFA events that would have included the Women's World Cup. That's something I think we missed. We didn't emphasize in our coverage of this, was that next year's Women's World Cup would have been in jeopardy. But luckily, Gianni Infantino said in a statement late Friday, the proposal will not proceed. So good job, Giant Baby, eventually. Good eventual job, Giant Baby. Once again, bullying works. Tony Romo, we've discussed his owie, his OWI. I saw there was an extra detail that came out that maybe he had an open container in the car when the cop pulled him over. So we didn't see that in that original footage, but apparently that is what is being alleged. That's crazy. Look, if I don't care who you are, how famous you are, you can't just be driving around with a beer. It's like, hello. CBS Sports has placed him on leave following his arrest last week on suspicion of driving under the influence. They announced this on Friday. He was the lead game analyst for CBS's NFL coverage since 2017. And now that he's on leave, former Houston Texans pass rusher J.J. Watt will help step in as CBS's lead game analyst to work with Jim Nantz and Tracy Wolfson. J.J. Watt started being an analyst last season. He first joined the network in 2023. So this is like, didn't they have a problem anyway? Because JJ was good, but they had nowhere to really put him. And
yeah,
now
it's like the Greg Olson problem.
Yeah. So I guess it solved itself.
I mean, that does lead to a lot of speculation that Tony just never comes back. That this is just they're out from his contract, which is like the biggest media contract south of Tom
This is what I
Brady.
don't get. These media companies sign the contracts. The contract was their idea. And then as soon as something, they go, oh, good, it's a way to get out of that contract. And it's like, well, if you didn't want to sign that contract, you shouldn't have offered it. Do you know what I mean? It's like the way people talk about the Rafael Devers Red Sox, like, get out from under all that money. It's like, you offered that money. You chose that. So, I don't know. I hope, I think I saw also a report that, like, Tony Romo's agent was, like, nickel and diming on that contract and wanted the moon. And so maybe they've still got like bad blood. They're annoyed, a bad taste in their mouths about that. I don't know. All I know is what?
It's hard to just project.
Welcome back, by the way. Brady's back for the segment.
Hey, no one even noticed.
We told them you
stepped
had
out for hockey talk.
Yeah.
I think it's just hard to project that anybody will be a good broadcaster talking about football for like 5 consecutive years. It's really hard because the game evolves so much and you just kind of lose touch. And
yeah,
like maybe we don't sign people up for 10 years. Maybe that's the idea.
Tom Brady, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a 10-year deal, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, don't drink and drive, kids. And then speaking of like working or not working at a network, remember last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever we told you ESPN had those layoffs, and Carl Ravitch was one of them. He had worked at ESPN since 1993. He's a prominent voice in baseball. It was crazy that he was laid off. Everybody was devastated. And then on Thursday, there he was on ESPN calling the Braves-Nationals game. And everybody online was like, huh? I thought Carl Ravitch didn't work here anymore. Turns out, according to Andrew Marchand of the Athletic, ESPN gave Ravitch the chance to work a few more events, including the Little League World Series, which he will work later this summer. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Is he, I would assume, being paid for this work? Or is this a love of the game type situation?
Oh, God, I hope Carl's not working for free.
There used to be, when they canceled Crowd Goes Wild, now this was a million years ago, in 2013, when they canceled Crowd Goes Wild, the show with Regis Philbin and everybody else that we had on Fox Sports 1 that I was a part of. I was like, don't you guys do 2 weeks notice here? And what I was told is that in TV, when something is canceled, you stop doing it. Because otherwise you're letting aggrieved parties who have just been laid off or fired, you're giving them a microphone and a platform to speak. And so a lot of the times it's pretty customary to just like You're not allowed to go back out there and speak on the airwaves. You don't work here anymore. Now, I think the way they did it with Ryan Clark was fucking weird when they fired him in between commercial breaks while he was on NFL Live. That's not customary either. But it's really weird to lay somebody off and then give him a microphone and put him out there. And I kind of want to just encourage you, Karl Ravech, if you're listening, speak your truth, big dog. You know, say what you got to say. It's if they don't want to hear it, well, that's their fault. That's not your employer anymore. So you don't have to do right by them. And I also don't like the way this feels because it feels like remember like, I don't know, 7 years ago when companies would start hiring people part-time so they wouldn't have to give them like health insurance. And then when they would reach a certain amount of hours, they would have to fire them, but then they would like wait however long they had to and then hire those people back. And it just felt like they were skirting the obligations of having employees. This kind of feels like that to me. ESPN doesn't deserve to get Karl Ravech for a discount or for free. He worked there for a really long time, and his loyalty to that company, this to me feels like that being exploited. How much he loves the sport and his loyalty to the company. This
I
feels
want to
like
see
it's
Karl
being
Ravech
exploited.
on a live stream.
Yeah, I'd like to see
And
him out
air it
here
out.
during the Little League World Series just talking shit about his employer. If you didn't want that, ESPN, you should have paid somebody else to do it. You know, you should have kept Karl Ravech on and not laid him off. I don't know, Brady, does that vibe with you? That I don't like this.
I think so, but the Little League World Series kind of throws a wrench into it where it feels like Karl just had the institutional knowledge. He may have a deal with the Little League World Series itself where they're like, please, Karl, stay on, you know, we'll kick you something.
They better kick him something, is what I'm saying.
For him to stick around.
Kick him something. This isn't free. We don't work for free, okay? Karl Ravech is not just like the automatic quarterback for any baseball event that you need him for, okay? And then let's end on a funny, I mean, it's not that funny, but
No.
it's crazy. So, okay, update on the story. Isabella, you remember a couple weeks ago, question mark, when I said that there was a trend going around where influencers were posting AI-generated video of themselves at a baseball game? It was like a bunch of girls looking absolutely gorgeous in the crowd at a ball game, but they were always wearing like nondescript logos or like it clearly wasn't real. But then you would get these like old men in their comments being like, Mamacita. Do you know who Mario Lopez is?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the cultural reference of he was Slater on Saved by the Bell. He's also, what is it, Access Hollywood or Extra?
Yeah.
He's one of
Yeah,
those.
one of
He
those.
hosts one of those. He got in on this trend pretty late. And it's a video, an AI-generated video of him and his niece attending a baseball game.
Okay.
I put the link in there for you to watch.
What the fuck? Ew!
Now, Isabella, can you narrate?
You're a mess, the mustard!
Okay, wait, his niece is eating 2 hot dogs and is smearing the mustard on her face.
2 hot dogs at once, side by side, shoving them into her mouth as the mustard and the relish is getting all over her face, but no bite is taken out of the hot dog.
And he posted it on his story?
Yes.
Hold on.
And then she's like,
I can't take her anywhere. Oh my God, look at you!
It's so good!
You're a mess, the
What the fuck is this?
and then she like rubs the mustard and the relish into her face. The AI voice doesn't even sound like Mario Lopez. It's not well done. And again, no bite taken out of the hot dog. So AI, while it does scare me, it's still not ready to be. It's not fully believable. Why the fuck, respectfully, would you post this?
Yeah.
I don't know how old his niece is, and I don't want to look into it. I just know that this is borderline fetish content, Mario Lopez. What are we doing here?
This is really weird.
It's like so disturbing. The second it hit the timeline, I saw everyone go like, hey, buddy, I'd probably take this down. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. I can't take you anywhere. So, those are your updated stories. Oh, and then one last little bonus story. You may have noticed if you're watching on YouTube. I'm wearing a t-shirt, the Smoky Hill Buffs. This
Cute
is,
shirt.
Thank you very much. This I ran into in a Target over Christmas break last year when I was home with Dan. This is Dan's high school. Dan's high school's merch. They sell it in the Target there, Smoky Hill Buffs.
Oh, cool.
They were in the news this week because the buffalo logo that they use that is not unfortunately featured on this t-shirt is the same buffalo that the Buffalo Sabres use, and the Sabres have issued a cease and desist to Smoky Hill, who has been using this buffalo since Dan was in high school, and we're not young, okay? And so it was a long time ago.
So I'm doing math, so it's like 25
We don't have to
years
say it.
ago.
I didn't think we had to do the math or say it, you know? I think we just all know it was a really long time ago.
Mhm.
And so they now are like, they want them to stop using the buffalo. And so I just wanted to say, I stand with Smoky Hill. I stand with the Smoky Hill Buffs.
I do
Because
too.
The Buffalo Sabres aren't even buffaloes. They're sabers, okay?
Mhm.
And so if you want to use their buffalo, you should be able to. Go Buffs.
Go
Good point.
Buffs.
Go Smoky Hill Buffs. Dan said before that, funny enough, they used to use the bison, I think. They've like stolen mascots throughout their history. Listen, it's Colorado. That's their culture. But I just think that, yeah, I don't know. I think, there used to must be some sort of a partnership, I feel like, where like local athletics could use the names of because growing up, I was on like the Royals. I was in my little league. And obviously we didn't pay for the right to use that. But I think it was like a symbolic, how come, don't come for a high school that's using your logo. That's kind of lame.
So stupid.
So shout out Smoky Hill.
Shout out Smoky Hill.
We stand with you.
My high school mascot was the Trojans.
And they used an actual condom. It was crazy. It was
For
crazy.
a
It raised
Catholic school,
awareness.
too.
Oh
That's
my God.
weird.
It is weird. But, it was safe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a break. And then when we come back, Chris is going to tell us what we can watch if we want to watch some sports this week. Brady has left again. And look, we don't know where he moves or why he moves. We just got to accept it for what it is. So maybe he'll be here when we get back. We don't know. We'll see you then. It's Casuals. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. It's the last segment. I know, we're almost done. And this is where Chris has put together a list of what you can watch if, let's say, you wanted to dip your toe into watching a little bit of sports this week. Chris, what's the first thing on our list?
First thing is some WNBA action. I know we always talk about all the off-field drama or the off-court drama, but there's still a lot of fun action to be had on the court. And the game I wanted to highlight this week is between the Velks. They will be playing the Wings on Friday, August 7th at 7:30 p.m. ET on Ion. Your Velks, Katie, looking good this season. They have the third best record in the W at 20-9. The Wings at 19-11. They obviously have AZ Fudd, who is one of the top contenders for Rookie of the Year. Probably won't win because Olivia Miles has like sort of taken that and just ran with it. And Paige Becker is, of course, one of the top contenders for WNBA MVP. So that's going to be a cracking contest, I'd say.
9:30 Eastern. It was just a little mistake, but I'm just reiterating.
What did I say?
I think you said 6
You
or
said
7:30 Eastern. So
I even read the
I know.
number 9.
I think it's because August 7th. Look, we're all making mistakes.
Okay.
It's okay. 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Ion, which is
Thank you.
otherwise known for, I feel like, running reruns of Special Victims Unit. That's
It's not a bad thing.
And shout out to Ion for just truly, I can just leave it on all day and I'll catch an NWSL game, 8 episodes of SVU, and maybe a WNBA game. What else, Chris? What else can we watch if we want to watch some sports?
The AFLW begins this weekend between Carlton and St Kilda. You can watch that game on Sunday, August 9th at 2:35 a.m. Eastern on Watch AFL. Now, this is going to be the first game of a doubleheader before Carlton and St Kilda play each other in the men's competition.
Oh, that's fun. So they're doing like the women play and then the men play.
Correct.
And it's the same. They're against the same team.
Correct. Carlton and St
that.
Kilda in both the women's and the men's. AFLW has grown considerably over the past decade in Australia. Carlton have a pretty strong squad. I think they're probably in the favorite, like 4th or 5th favorites to win the flag, something like that. So, got a decent squad, a lot of really talented young women on the team. So if you're going to get into AFLW, now's the time to start. And I think the season runs for the next few months.
Okay. We got to get Izzy a favorite player on the
We
on
do.
the women's team.
Good point. I got to ask her, and I'll report back and let you know who the Jagger Smith of the AFLW.
Thank you.
Carlton
And so I
is.
imagine the third thing you want us to watch, if we were going to watch some sports this week,
Is the second half of that doubleheader. Carlton St Kilda in the men's, Sunday, August 9th at 5:20 a.m. Eastern on FS2. So just like record it and then watch it whenever you wake up. No one's going to ruin the score
Actually, you know
for
what?
you.
Maybe a Carlton game with a cup of coffee sounds kind of nice.
Exactly.
5:20. I'm
5:20
just
a.m.
drifting off to sleep.
It's just like I said, watch it whenever you wake up. Carlton coming off an historic 76-point win over the Brisbane Lions. The Brisbane Lions, one of the best teams in the competition so far this season. They were a top 4 side. They had won 7 games in a row, and I don't know exactly what happened, but we came out and just played one of the best brands of football I've seen in a very, very long time from Carlton. So now it's quite exciting to be talking about Carlton. There's only 3 games left in the season, including this weekend against St Kilda. And if we win 2 of those, I actually think we're going to make the postseason. We are currently in 10th position. Top 10 make the postseason. We do have somewhat of a tough last 3 games, but we are positioned above St Kilda on the ladder. So this is they are one of the teams that we are competing for that 10th position for. So this is almost like a double win if we win this game. Jagger Smith.
It says your Jagger was Bog. What the hell?
Bog, best on ground.
Oh, okay. So it's like the player of the match?
He was the player of the match
Jagger
against
was
Brisbane.
Bog.
Kicked a couple of goals.
Like the MVP of the match.
Dominated, the MVP of the game. He is the runaway favorite for the Australian Football League version of Rookie of the Year. We call it the Rising Star Award. He will win the Rising Star
Best
Award
young
this
bogger.
year. And the second favorite for the Rising Star this year is another Carlton player, Harry Dean.
Okay, Harry Dean showed up in my TikTok algorithm this weekend. Now, it is so rare that a highlight will come across my TikTok that I'll go, what the hell? Like, I would like to think these eyes have seen enough sport that I can immediately recognize like what I'm looking at and what's happening. And I was wrong. I don't think I know what's going on when I watch AFL, but they were very excited about Harry Dean. They were like, if this try goes in or whatever, then it's going to be, they're going to go nuts. And he did, and they did. What is the significance behind that? Why was everybody going crazy?
So, firstly, Harry Dean is a fan favorite at Carlton because his dad played for Carlton in the 90s, won a premiership with Carlton in 95. And Harry Dean came to Carlton through the father-son rule. So in AFL, if someone plays over 100 games for a certain club, if they have a son or now a daughter who is good enough to get drafted into the AFL or AFLW, and they nominate that club has the right to draft them. And Harry Dean was one of the best young players coming out of under 18s last year. We were able to draft him at pick 3. We did not have pick 3, but we were able to essentially use our other picks and move up to pick 3 in order to grab him. And he is one of the most electric young defenders in the AFL. He plays really tough. He just wears his heart on his sleeve. And he's just become one of the favorites. And because he is a defender, he doesn't really get an opportunity to score many goals. And in this game, he floated forward. The ball made its way to him, and he snapped it. And it went through, and everyone went nuts. And it was an awesome moment throughout an awesome game. But his dad, who was at the game, was at the bathroom while he kicked the goal. So his dad missed it.
Oh no! And now, if it's anything like with my dad, now he has to go to the bathroom all the time because that's how you get your son to score a goal is by going to the bathroom. So, I like that father-son rule. I wonder, will it work
really
for
cool.
father-daughter and mother-son? Like, I wonder.
I don't know if they're going to implement mother-son. Carlton on their women's squad now already have at least 1, maybe 2 father-daughters. So it's already paid dividends for us there. I don't know if they're going to do mother-sons. I wouldn't be surprised. I think there has been talks about it, but I'm not sure if it's been confirmed yet. But Carlton, in this upcoming draft, we also have access to someone who's probably the best or second best talent coming out of under 18s, Cody Walker. So 3 years in a row, we'll have 3 very, very solid young players coming into the team, which is sort of turned around the fortunes of Carlton over the past 11 weeks.
You hope.
Into
We'll see.
AFL this
Exactly.
year.
Good point.
Yeah, it's almost over, Isabella. So we got a couple games left.
Three
Tune
games
in and
left,
watch this one, and maybe you'll see Carlton. Wouldn't it be funny if Isabella started paying attention and good things happened? Wouldn't that be
Isabella,
funny?
I need some of that post-it note power, please.
Yeah. So 5:10 in the morning.
Okay.
5:20. Sorry, you can sleep an extra 10 minutes.
FS2
on FS2,
is
which
that...
it's there. You'll find it. It's on cable.
That's not
Usually
related.
poker.
That's not related
to
Fox.
FS1. It is. It's Fox Sports 2.
Oh, okay.
It's the second channel.
I might have it.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
maybe you will. And if not, you can come over. You can watch it at my place.
Okay.
I'll be asleep.
Perfect.
I'll be knocking at 4:30.
I'll be asleep. You can watch it, and then please lock up on
I'm
your way
imagining
out.
Dan with a blanket over his head, like,
It's like, Isabella, are you watching Australian?
no, he didn't even let me
football?
in. I somehow get in. He just sees me on the couch.
He's still up playing Call of Duty.
I'm like, hey, Dan, can you pass the chips, please?
Dan doesn't play Call of Duty, okay? He only plays third-person shooters. God, Brady, get it right. Okay, that's it, you guys. That's an entire podcast. I think we covered a lot of everything, I think we did a whole lot of everything. We're still going to do it again later in the week. We'll be joined by the guys from Broken Lizard. Super Troopers will be here with us. So we're going to laugh about sports a little later in the week. Until then, we love you. We mean it. And go your team, unless they're playing my team, in which case, go my team. Bye. This episode has been presented by Xfinity.